Hi, gentlemen. Welcome in.
Hello,
I was
Tony.
actually I was actually reading Straby's rundown there. So, and I lost. I literally just turned the computer on. I was like, all right, I'm ready, and then got lost in my thoughts there.
I didn't
So,
say anything, man.
welcome in. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Uh, Sorry the Padres lost yesterday. I want to be out front with that.
Come on, Tony. You gotta do better. You have to start doing better.
I'm sorry. I'm just
What the hell's the matter with you?
I don't know. They didn't left a lot of base runners out there yesterday. I'm sure that was a topic of conversation after the game. And so they'll get right back at it again tonight. Mr. Nola on the mound for the Phils, and Randy Vasquez on the mound for the Pods. Chris?
Yes, that's the best thing that I can possibly say to anybody is that there is another game tonight. They have not canceled the rest of the schedule. So,
No.
We're going to play it again tonight. We're going to see what we can get going. I think my mom and my dad and all those people who have a great impact on me, or at least thought they had a great impact on me. One of the things they taught me is if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So that's probably best when it comes to the Padres offense right now. There isn't really much good you can say other than tee it up again tonight and see if you can't get going. I don't really have any, I could sit here and give you all the numbers. I think everybody knows the numbers. They're not good. They haven't had a hit with the runner in scoring possession since Friday. And, they're not. The thing is, they keep winning games somehow. Here we are in the month of May. They're 12-11 with statistics that would make you think they're maybe 1-22. So it's a kind of a confounding team in a lot of ways, Tony. It really, really is. Statistics don't match up.
Scraby?
I concur with Chris. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I am starting to Manny. I'm not going to worry about. I'm just not. Even though he's hitting 170 and his OPS is under 600, just not. I'm starting to worry about Jackson Merrill because he's striking out at an alarming rate, and now he's batting under 200. And I know it's May 26th, but we're heading into June. He's got to start figuring it out. According to me,
we're about a third of the way through the season. So, I know that it's always going to be early, but these are starting to be, fair enough to be, I think concerned is a weird word because you can look at it in a lot of different ways, but I think
I'm not happy with the production.
Well, I'm not saying concern's the wrong word. I'm just saying it's one of the many words you can use. But I don't know that that's an effective word. An effective word to me is, more like, trying to get back in the lab and work until it starts working again. I knew Manny kind of touched on it a little bit last night. He said, "Look, I come up." He said, "At the very least, if I hit the double play in the first inning, at least we get the one run." And he was kind of making fun of himself, but the fact of the matter is, Manny Machado is the back of the baseball card. And we're all, we've all bought into that for the last 9-10 years, and that's been fantastic. But, at some point, somebody somewhere's got to say this is, we got to get it fixed. We got to get it going. So
I think plenty of people are saying
that. Yeah, so right. I mean, but I'm not sure, people want to fire the hitting coach. They want to do this. They want to do that. Maybe, I don't know if you're going to, the Don Mattingly move in Philadelphia seemed to turn the Phillies around. I don't know that it's, Steven Souza's fault, but there are a lot of guys, not just one or two guys right now, Tony. I mean, it really is almost, team wide, a half dozen guys or more that are way off of their, career numbers. And so, I'm not calling for something major, but I'm calling for something to change, and hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later. What do you think, Mr. Gwynn?
He'd been very quiet.
Yes, he's letting us get out there on the ledge right now. So,
I think that the lab is not the answer. They're already in the lab. They've been doing that from the moment they were struggling. So that has been a consistent thing. I just none of what you guys said is wrong, but it's just kind of where it's at right now. I just take the approach that you deal with what you have right now. If and when it changes for the good, it'll be that much better to enjoy. But right now, they got to figure out how to win games with the lack of offense that they've put together here, especially with runners in scoring position. They've been fortunate, man. They've gotten pretty good pitching, and that wasn't a guarantee, really, as you kind of went through the roster and who was out. By the way, I thought some positive news on Joe.
Definitely,
it sounds like.
Yep.
And so, hey, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and say that you guys are wrong to have those feelings, or that the fans they're watching the same games I'm watching. It was painful to watch that first inning, bases loaded, no outs. And you're like, okay, yeah. Like he said, like a double play, you shoot. We get one, a sack fly, we get one. We get some. We got nothing.
Yeah.
And then, I can't disagree with what Raby said. Yesterday's game, those were I don't want to say they were the worst, but they were it was disheartening to watch based on some of the at-bats you had seen prior to him kind of tweaking his back the other day. I'm talking to Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
The three sliders that never even really got a swing off of really in the first, and it just seemed like it snowballed on him from that point. That at bat then rolled over to the next at bat. I think the third at bat, it seemed like he had flushed it, but there's definitely has to be some concern there. I don't think it'd be silly to sit here and act like there isn't, but I just, it is what it is. You got somebody, either they're going to figure out it or not. And I just tend to believe that they will. So
the best news of all is that they're, leading the wild card, and we can keep leaning back on that. I do wonder, how this would look if they're not, but if they were 22-31 and they were sitting there, down there with the Giants right now, would there be a different idea in terms of, trying to change things around and fix everything? Is 31-22 masking any of this, in the sense that, we keep winning games, but we keep finding ways to win, and the hitting will come. We don't really have to do anything drastic. So if they were 22-31, would they try something more drastic, is what I'm asking. I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying, would they?
Can you be more specific? What do you mean?
I know.
Drastic?
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know
completely
what to do.
redoing the lineup, putting everybody out of place.
But Stammen's done that. He's tried everybody everywhere.
That's not the
he
answer
absolutely
either.
has it. They're not going to come out of it because Manny Machado's batting ninth tonight. That's not going to change anything. So you don't want to be ridiculous. You're right, Tony. I don't have the answer. That's why all we can really do is sit here and throw out hope that they get going on offense. I feel bad for Griffin Canning. He pitched a winning ball game yesterday, and then some. My goodness, 6 innings, 1 hit against this club, and on and on it goes. So, I think a lot of it, we're trying to find little bright spots. Fernando's on base all 4 times. Fernando had a 2-3 hit game the other day.
I think he's got a 9-game on base streak.
Fernando's starting to get on base. So there's that. Manny does have a couple of key 2-run homers during this stretch. Unfortunately, that's about all he has. So we keep trying to lean on something. But the bottom line, the numbers keep adding up. I think it's really crazy. I don't know that they have comparisons out there, through Major League Baseball, of teams that are, cruising along 10 games over 500 that are hitting under 200.
Funny you asked that.
You do. Yeah, you have. I
did
didn't
some
ask,
research.
You went through every team in the history?
No, because I have that Stat Head subscription, and I just go through and look at different baseball stats. So in the span of 53 games to start the season since 1898.
Oh, my God.
With a batting average of 219 or lower, only 3 teams in the history of baseball have made the playoffs. 2020 Reds, 2021 Brewers, 2012 A's. But the Padres have the most wins in the history of baseball, hitting 219 or lower through 53 games. I don't really know what that tells me.
Not much. Here's another thing that I don't know what tells me is that they put up there yesterday that the Padres have the lowest batting average against all starting pitching, just starting pitching, something like 207. The Yankees were third on that list at like 212. I mean, the bottom line with that is, and this isn't an excuse for the Padres, but if you want to look at batting averages in baseball, from what I've been reading, are the lowest they've been since 1968. Now, 1968 was a season before your guys' time, but it is famous for being one of the most dominant pitching seasons in the history of baseball, so much so that the following season in 1969, they lowered the mound to give the batters a chance. Right. So 1968, Drysdale had 58 innings in a row. Bob Gibson had a 1.12 ERA. Denny McLain won 31 games. There's examples of that all throughout baseball in 1968. The averages aren't that low, but they're trending. So most everybody is actually not doing a whole lot better than we think than the Padres. I mean, the Yankees, nobody's worried about the Yankees, but they're not hitting 212 against starting pitching.
That is surprising.
So I'm just, there's all examples of this all through baseball. The one thing that I would do if I had to do anything, and this is, I'm not saying nothing's a quick fix. I don't know that I can sit Sheets out against lefties for now. I don't know that I can ever have Andujar and France and Sheets, any of those three out of the lineup right now. I mean, they're along with some Xander, these are the only guys that I can really count on right now. I don't know that I can keep, platooning and waiting for some of these other guys. I need to at least see the guys that are, producing in there every day. And that's a mild thing. That's not going to change the world.
Gavin's 3 for 18 against left-handed pitching.
I know.
So
that kind of torpedoes that idea.
Here's my suggestion. Yeah. Here's my suggestion. Stop hanging your hat on these things. Watch the game. And then if it doesn't go your way or the way we want it to go, you talk about it after. And then guess what? There's another one the next day. And then you watch that game and maybe they get a little bit better and you kind of go from there. This is a tiresome exercise every day that the offense is what it is at this point. And we've talked about it. It feels like 100 times. They ain't been 100 times because they haven't played 100 games yet, but it is what it is. And until they get to this fake 22-31 record or flip-flop the other way, there isn't a whole lot to be upset about outside of the offense. I mean, they're winning ball games. They're atop the wild card. I mean, Dodgers pulled one out of there, last night. And, all right, I guess they played the Rockies. So the Rockies just kind of came back to earth, whatever, however you want to phrase it.
The Rockies looked up and realized they were in the lead, and they were like, what the hell? They
immediately got tense.
Yeah. So
that's where we're at. Let's get to break. We got more on the other side. Padre lineups just dropped. We'll get you that on the other side. More Gwynn and Chris.
Clear your schedule and tune in Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. for our epic Padres Roundtable, sponsored by
whatever it is that ESPN uses to rate award winners at the end of May. If you guys saw this, welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. 2:20 is the time. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr. at Petco Park, where we've discovered, or at least gone over and over again, the fact that the Padres are struggling on offense.
What?
Yeah, I know. Matt Scraby's here too. He was the one that was shocked by that disclosure.
Living under a rock.
Yes, I know.
They've won 31 games, so I just assumed they could hit.
31-22 is the record.
Right.
According to ESPN, the front runner right now for National League Manager of the Year with a 112 Earl rating.
Wait,
There
they
you
have a
go.
manager rating?
EARL. He's got a
Is it Earl Weaver rating?
I don't know what in the world this stands for, but Craig Stammen is the National League front runner according to ESPN Analytics right now.
They're looking at the same offensive numbers you're looking at.
Well, I
They're
think
like, how is he doing this?
that's why I brought it up, Tony. That's exactly why I brought it up. I think, despite the fact the Cardinals are a surprise and the Nationals have kind of creeped up there, and, you got some other teams doing a little better than expected, whatever this Earl rating is, seems to put into play the fact that Craig Stammen is somehow doing it with mirrors. And, that's what we were thinking. That's what you were saying. I was saying, Scraby was saying, we could look at this 100 different ways, but Craig still has to put a lineup together tonight, and he has to send these guys out there. And, that's what he's done. And he's been doing it day after day after day. And I think he's trying to, stay as positive and upbeat as he can, because that's all a manager can do. And if you look at the lineup tonight, there's 9 guys in it, and, 8 of them are struggling. But what else was he supposed to do, right?
What if after the game last night, he came in there? He came in there. I need a hat. I wish I had. You got a hat up there? Yeah, no. What if he came in at the press conference was like,
Yeah.
yeah, man, we're just not very good. I don't know.
I ain't got nothing for you. Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you evaluate? I think he was asked this yesterday. Oh, here we go. Boom. Like he came in after this bad boy yesterday. It was like,
Take off his hat. Run his fingers through his hair.
I don't know. One of you guys ask me a question. Like,
Manager Gwynn.
Scraber.
Your team is the last in baseball in team batting average. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I don't know what I have to say about it. They just we're not very good.
I kind of wish
I'm
you
trying
would
to keep a
say
straight face.
that.
I can't keep a straight face.
I don't think he could.
But what if he did that every day after, how would we start to react to Craig Stammen? Like if every day he came in and looked like, man, I have no answers, or man, we're not very good. Like, was just super negative, like all the time. I mean, we would be roasting him for like trying to fire up the team, or one of those things there. And so, Stam can only this really goes for all the coaches, if I'm just being honest. They're only as good as the people that they write in the lineup or that are on the lineup. You know what I'm saying?
That's all he can do today.
It's just really what it is.
Yeah, he's got 13 guys to choose from today, and he put 9 in there. And
right. And then here's the other thing.
That's all he can do.
We are so often, all three of us are having to have conversations about coaches rolling their players under. Like, you can't. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Either you can't criticize them when they aren't playing well, or you're too good. You're too happy. You don't have enough I guess it's really a no-win situation if you're Craig at this point.
Well,
except the fact that you got 31 wins under your belt.
I don't know what the record was of teams back in the 70s that were managed by the likes of Earl Weaver and Billy Martin and Lou Piniella and even Lasorda to a certain extent, and guys that maybe when the team was going poorly like this on offense would come in and tear apart, a manager's office, tear apart some piece of constructed stuff thing in the urinal in the bath, whatever it might be. I don't think that ever really worked. It changed anything. And, we're in a little different era of that. And it would be completely out of character if Craig Stammen went in and tore up Petco Park's locker room. But I imagine there's some people somewhere who want to hear, that kind of fire and brimstone and think that would change the lethargy of everything, as if the guys are going in there and, they're lethargic. They're not lethargic. They're as pissed off, I'm sure, as all we are.
That's not to say that he hasn't done that. I'm not in there directly after the game. They certainly aren't going to let anybody see that. That's not the idea, right? Like, anytime that kind of thing happens in front of the cameras, what's the first thing they say? Yeah, it's probably something we should have kept behind closed. So those things aren't designed to be done in front of people, because that also changes the way player or team accepts whatever's being said. If you are out to look like you're embarrassing somebody, you're less likely to get the kind of response that you want, versus doing it behind closed. You can still say the same thing and the message could be the same, but it's going to be received differently, because at least you ain't doing it in front of people they don't deem as family. So I think it's that is something, honestly, you could point to and be like, he might not have it all under wraps if it gets out like where we get to see it. You know what I'm saying? So
I can kind of tell that he is becoming hardened as a manager, because when you get certain questions, he gives you one sentence and he moves right along. Before it was like a story.
You know what else? You know what else is a tell sign? His nostrils flare when he's kind of like. Sam's nostrils kind of flare when he's like, he's serious. Like when he was asked a question about, I think it was his assessment of their performance through the first third of the season. I think it was Kevin that asked him. You can see him like, well, not very good. And he kind of went into whatever it was. Stam is a very, very, very competitive person, and I don't know that you guys get to see that. He's so well kind of like, put together. He's
buttoned up,
super gracious, very, very buttoned up. But the dude is a super competitive person. So I know that it's irritating him, watching the team not live up to the expectations they've set. So
I would also like to, before you give the lineup out, guys, because this is, I think, a little bit what we're talking about, as in what would you like him to do? Here are the averages of the four players that are not in the starting lineup tonight. 183, 188, 190, and 100. Those are the four guys that aren't in the lineup tonight. So if you're looking, and we'll give you the 9 now.
Who's hitting 100?
Duran. He's not in the starting lineup tonight. My point being, those are the four guys that he could choose from rather than the ones he's putting in tonight. So if you're going to look at the lineup and say, well, what, he's got to do something. Okay, what is it? You've got these other four guys that aren't playing. They're not tearing the cover off the ball. So he's left with doing what he's doing and doing the best he can with it and finding a way to win games, which is why that darn Earl rating has him as the best manager in the National League.
By the way, I couldn't find a definition for the Earl rating, I did go to Earl Weaver's managerial record.
It was pretty good.
He won. He had 5 seasons with over 100 wins.
Earl was good.
He had a bunch of seasons with over 90 wins.
All right, let's see what he would, but I don't know what he would do with this lineup. Go ahead, Tony. What do you got tonight?
Toddy at second. Oh, sorry. Toddy at second. Xander at short. Gavin in left. Manny at third. Miguel is the designated hitter. Jackson Merrill, patrol in center. Ty France, batting seventh. Ramon Laureano in right. Freddie Fermin behind the dish.
Yeah, let's go after it.
I hear the people calling for it right now. Why isn't Ty hitting cleanup? Why isn't Ty hitting cleanup?
It doesn't really. Again, the team is not going to go to the playoffs.
What constitutes hitting cleanup? What is the?
Why does Ty get to do it?
Oh, because he can hit for power.
I mean, Manny's got more homers. Gavin's got more homers.
Manny's still.
I was just bringing up what
Ramon's got more homers.
I was just bringing up what
I'm
the
just
fans
saying,
were
like,
saying.
why? I'm just saying, like, why tie? Because
I think it's because they want to ride the hot hand.
Why not bat him second then? If that's the case, why don't we get him up as many times as possible? If that's the case, move him to clean up. No, let's just move him to first. Let's batting first. He gets the most at bats. He's hitting the best.
All right.
Why not?
I like it.
All right, great. Here's what I like. Giving us all a break from this. And when we come back, putting you two guys under the gun.
No.
And doing a regular Tuesday edition of the Fantabulous Sports Game Show. If it makes you guys out there feel any better, today's category has to do with losers. So we'll
I'm great at that.
we'll tell you what it all is, and we'll have a little fun because I think all of us could use a little fun when Gwynn and Chris continues.
Ben and Woods on the Fan.
Oh, isn't it? Sorry. 2:36. Forgot it was Tuesday, y'all. I'm also watching my guy Ricky Weeks on MLB Network right now. Him and Jimmy Rollins will be the managers of the I think the HBCU Swingman Classic King Griffey Jr.'s I think select all-star game. Nonetheless, we have ourselves a fantabulous sports game show coming your way. Scraby, how you feeling, man? This is the losers.
Yeah, this is right up your alley, Scrape. Should be good on losers.
For some reason, last week I got a lot of hate for my performance. I'm not sure why, because I've done worse other weeks, but it's
what was the subject last week?
It was Super Bowl. It was team. Wait, no, that was 2 weeks ago. What was
guys with
home runs.
Guys with 10 home runs.
Yeah.
Last week.
I didn't.
You had a bad performance because there were some like obvious names out there that you were just going left when you should have been going right.
Okay, they must have been. They were talking about the one before that, which was name professional teams in cities with only one professional team.
That was I thought your performance. That was a tie. You performed
that was
well.
A good performance.
Yeah. Chatter, why don't you be quiet out there?
I think it was 3 times ago. But
Joseph says he believes in me. Thank you, Joseph.
All right, let's see what you do today, Scrabe.
Hey, all you beautiful people out there. It's time to play one of our favorite games of the week.
All right.
We like to call it
I'm going to go
Chris's Fantabulous Sports Game Show. And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. Sometimes I pour over this stuff for hours and hours to put together the categories. Today, I spent almost no time at all. But I still think it'll be kind of a fun category. It'll test you guys a little bit. And it does have to do with losers. Today, you guys will be trying to name the 17 NFL teams that had a losing record last year, along with the 14 major league teams that currently have a losing record this year. So your mind has to be darting back and forth a little bit.
Yes.
You've got
Yes, it is.
You got 17 NFL teams had losing records last year. You have 14 Major League Baseball teams that currently have a losing record. The Padres, by the way, are not among those. So there you go. Got 31 shots at a correct answer. And first to 16 wins. Scraby, if you run it all and go first, I think you can win. I don't know that you'll miss one because losers is right up your alley.
Don't put it past me. I'm going to guess.
Are you going to go first?
He didn't even catch that, Chris, by the way.
I know.
What did you say? Something about losers
being
right over your head.
being right in your
my wheelhouse.
Wheelhouse,
Okay.
yes.
Let's go.
Scraby, besides yourself, name a loser.
Oh, wow, that was mean. And it was my birthday yesterday, and you didn't even say happy birthday. So,
oh my gosh,
both of
sure
you,
did.
Both of you.
I blame my wife's birthday being tomorrow.
I've also said a million times.
Overlooked.
I have no excuse because it popped up on my phone yesterday.
Oh no!
And I said, you know what? I got to make sure I call Scraby and wish him happy birthday. But sometimes I was like,
oh, totally.
Is it really his birthday? Like, did I put this in wrong? Because I feel like we did, but it was Christmas. I came to that conclusion. I was like, no, that was Christmas. So you know what? Let me make sure I get to him. And sure enough, boom, here we are. My bad, man. Happy belated birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I don't tell anyone anyway, so that's why no one knows it's my birthday for the most part. I'm just going to go with the New York Giants.
You're starting with a football team.
For losing record, right?
Yes, they were 4-13 last year. That is correct.
Like, what did I do wrong?
Scraby's on the board. Losing football teams or current losing baseball teams are what we're going for. Tony.
The Raiders.
The Raiders never disappoint in this category.
They
were 3-14 last year, even worse than the G-Men. All right, 1-1. Scraby, give me a football team with a losing record or a baseball team that currently has a losing record.
San Francisco Giants.
San Francisco Giants. They do have a losing record currently. That is correct. Scraby leads 2-1. All right, Tony. Looking
Arizona
for losers.
Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals way down there last year. Another team 3-14. Tony is correct. We're tied at 2. Losing football teams or current baseball teams in that category. Scraby.
I'm going to let an animal do my guessing for me.
Ha ha ha.
Dolphins.
I think they'll be in that category for a while. Yes, they were losers last year.
Losers.
All right. Scraby's up 3-2. Tony, your turn. Going quickly today.
Jets, Jets.
Yes, and
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Jets were even below the animal sound you just made there.
Wow.
Jets were 4 games behind the Dolphins, actually. That's how bad the Jets were. All right, we're tied at 3, looking for losing football or baseball teams. Scraby.
I'm going to stick with baseball. Go Rockies.
Rockies are way down there. Not only that, everybody keeps singing the praises of the Rockies. They currently have the worst record in all of Major League Baseball. But they're better, everybody says. All right, Scraby, you're up 4-3. Tony, losing baseball right now or losing football last season? There are 24 correct answers remaining between the two sports. Tony. Are you having a
Falcons.
brain cramp? Falcons is correct. They were a losing record last year. Tony, on his 4th point, was struggling there.
Sure.
We're tied at 4.
Sure.
We're looking at NFL teams.
I'm trying to save all my baseball.
I see.
That's why
okay. All right.
Oh, then I'm going to start taking the baseball.
Falcons last year were a losing team. Scraby, who do you have?
Surprisingly, the Kansas City Royals.
Surprisingly, you say the Kansas City Royals. All right. They are losing this year, and you should have a 5-4 lead in that victory. The Royals are 10 games under 500. All right, Tony, down 5-4. We're going for losing baseball teams currently or losing football teams last year.
The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
The Halos of Anaheim.
Should have known that one.
They never disappoint. They are 14 games under 500 at the bottom of the West. Tied at 5.
Oh.
We got 10 correct. We have 21 to go.
I will stay in the American League West and say the Houston Astros.
Astros, yes. People find that to be surprising. I don't necessarily, although they did pitch a no-hitter last night. The Astros.
Doesn't count.
Well, they count it because the Astros franchise, since its existence, has 18 no-hitters.
Wow.
Which is a lot when you consider the Padres have.
Thanks to Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
Nolan Ryan had a few of those.
Hold on, I gotta get this fact that I saw earlier today that totally is. Oh man, it's about that. Go ahead, Tony.
6-5.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah, losing teams.
Give me the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns. They're down there last year, correct? That is right. 6-6. We have 19 correct answers to go. Looking for losing baseball this year or losing football last year?
I found it about the no-hitter.
What?
A limber Santa is the second player in history to pitch in a no-hitter in his major league debut, joining Bumpus Jones back in 1892.
That's not bad, except for there was a guy named Bobo Holloman who pitched a no-hitter in his very first major league start.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know that stat is correct.
That was from MLB.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's crazy.
Scraby.
Oh, my turn.
We're tied at 6.
I just love the name Bumpus.
Yeah, I already went player.
I'm glad you said that.
Thank you. Let's go with the Bengals.
Bengals were losers last year. That is correct. Very good, Scrape. All right, you're ahead 7-6. Tony, losing baseball this year or losing football teams last year? 7-6. Scraby's ahead.
I gotta go with the Minnesota Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings. That is a strike.
I was going to say.
Had a winning record last year. They were 9-8. Congratulations to Kevin O'Connell. He got over the 500 mark by the time it was over. All right, Scraby, chance for you to grab a little control here. You lead 7-6, and Tony has a strike.
I'm going to go with the Deebo Samuel-led Commanders.
Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
They were losers last year for sure. Scraby leads 8-6 here. Tony now playing from a position of behind. She's not
Ooh.
used to. What do you got, Tony?
Wow.
Ooh.
Losing baseball currently or losing football last season?
I think the Ravens finished under 500.
I wasn't
You willing
sure
to go
about
with
this.
that?
Was not sure.
Yes.
He's right. They were 8-9.
Yeah.
That is correct. Ravens, maybe with all due respect to the Ravens, probably the most overrated team in all the NFL. I mean, as good as they
For last year? Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, people just think they're unbeatable. Not
Definitely.
last year. All right, that's correct. Tony, very good. 8-7, but Tony has a stripe.
I'm gonna let that slide. By the way, a little pot shot at the Ravens there.
It was it's a fair pot shot.
Is it?
Who's
I mean,
more
they have
overrated?
failed
they've been-
every single
they've been-
year.
They've been pretty dominant every year except last year.
All right. Who's more overrated than the Ravens?
The Bills.
The Bills. Okay, go ahead, Scrape.
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Yeah, everybody thinks they're great.
I'm going to go with the Marlins.
Marlins. There they are. Yep, they're on the list.
Oh.
Slipped under the 500 mark. It's 9-7.
Hey.
We're kind of halfway through this. Tony, you're down by 1 strike. Your turn.
The Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Couldn't remember.
I'm glad that you said that because this did shock me. That is correct, by the way, Chiefs. Who had a better record last year? How many bar bets would you win? Dolphins versus Chiefs.
Dolphins won.
Dolphins had a better record than the Chiefs.
They totally
That
did.
is
What an
crazy.
overrated team. My
I know.
I've been
All right,
saying it for
he's
years, Tony.
defensive of the Ravens now.
Been saying it about the Chiefs for years.
All right, go ahead. No, he was saying anyway. Your turn,
Oh.
Trey.
I'm going to go with the Red Sox.
Boston's at the bottom.
Ooh.
That is correct. Boston's losing this year. 10-8. Scraby, no strikes and a 2-point lead. Tony Gwynn Jr.
How
down to
about
13
the team
left?
in their division? The Orioles.
The
that's a good one.
Orioles.
That's a good
That is
one.
correct. Tony hits that one. 10-9. We got 12 left, guys. Starting to get a little down to the nitty gritty here. Scraby, you're on the lead because you do not have a strike. Tony Gwynn Jr. does have a strike. Let me just tally this up. I believe there's 6 of each left. That is correct. 6 football, 6 baseball left. Losing records. Scraby with a lead here of
I'm going to go Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Correct. Wow. Scraby snuck that in. They were 8-9. Scraby leads 12-10. 9 answers left. Tony with 1 strike. Kind of has his back to the wall a little bit. 11 left. Losing records. Football, baseball.
I don't know why we didn't say this first.
Okay.
How about the Dallas Cowboys? Because they always
Tony
suck.
wanted to get them in. They
Yep.
were a losing record last year. Yeah, 7-9-1 for the Cowboys. They might be the most overrated. I think that'd be fair to say because they've
Yeah,
accomplished
I would-
much less than the Ravens. 12-11 with 8 to go. Scraby, you're closing in. You only need 4 more right to win it all. Scrabe.
Going to go with the Saints.
Saints were 8-9. That is no, they
Ooh.
were worse than 8-9.
I was going to
5-12.
say that was way closer than I remember.
My bad. 5-12. 13-11. Scraby. 7 to go. Tony must keep pace here with 1 strike on his side.
Wasn't Carolina below 500?
Carolina, 8
saving
and 9.
this one.
In the playoffs at 8-9. That is correct.
Saving it.
So Tony cuts it down to 13-12. So is that right?
What you got,
7
Scrappy?
left.
I got to go back to baseball.
Mhm.
What about the Detroit Tigers?
Tigers are in last place. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
right.
didn't realize they were that far back.
Scraby leads by 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 correct answers left. Tony Gwynn Jr. down by
The
1.
New York Mets.
Metropolitans, correct.
Do you say how many NFL teams are left?
I could, but I'm not going to.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh, wow.
There's 6 correct answers remaining on the board right now. Scraby leads by
6
1.
overall.
13-12 is the score. 6 overall left. Trying to get the last 6 teams here that are either winless, a losing record last year in football or losing record this year in baseball currently. Tony does have 1 strike. Scraby's got a little room to wiggle here, but
I don't know if they are or not. Texas Rangers.
they are under 500. Scraby, that's good. You are up 14-12. 5 to go. Tony Gwynn Jr. again needs to keep pace.
Seattle Mariners.
Mariners, thanks to the Padres,
They
beating them
are?
all year. They're under
Wow.
500. That's correct. 14-13. 4 left, Scraby. Only 4 correct. If you get 2 of them, you win. And nobody can make fun of your play today. But if you blow this lead,
that's
then
a
people will
recipe
make fun
for
of your
disaster,
lead.
Chris.
Yeah. All right, what do you got? Losing records, baseball this year currently or last year finished with?
Okay. Nationals.
Nationals. That is a strike, Scraby. The
They have a
Nationals are
winning
over
record?
500. They're 28-27.
Wow.
One strike.
Wow.
Tony can get back even
Wow.
here with 4
Tony's
to
got
go.
new life all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's not surprising. We've seen this. We've seen this.
How about-
we've seen this movie before. Tony,
How about the team over
Trying to
the
tie it.
border? The Toronto Blue Jays.
Blue Jays, last year's World Series team is under 500. That is correct. They're 25-29. We are tied at 14. There are only
Those
3
footsteps,
answers
buddy.
remaining. 3 answers will set you free, Scrabe. You need one of them here. Both teams have a strike.
I cannot remember if this team finished with. I cannot remember, but give me 1 second, okay?
It's getting louder.
It's getting tight. There are 3 teams left. Scraby and Tony are tied at 14. Each have a strike. Looking for a team that finished with a losing record in the NFL last year or currently has a losing record in baseball this year.
All right, let's go
Give
with
it
the
Scraby.
Lions.
The Lions 9-8. That is
I
a
knew
winning
it.
record.
I knew it.
Scraby's got a second strike. Tony can take his first lead of the match here.
Oh, we're gonna go
No.
through the break. We're gonna go through the
Come on,
break.
just go through. We got to finish.
We got to finish. Yeah.
Tony
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee
Dang
Titans just
it.
dancing there with a 3-14 record. That gives Tony a 15-14 lead. Scraby, there are 2 answers remaining. You need one of them or you strike out. Otherwise, if you get one, then Tony can still win. There are 2 left. Winning team or losing team in football last season finished with a losing record, or a team that currently has a losing record this year in Major League Baseball. Tony's come back for a 15-14 lead. Scraby is sitting there with 2 strikes. And he's got Mizorowski on the mound.
This is dangerous. Is he gonna get a cramp?
I don't know. You better hope he does.
I'm gonna say something. I don't know what happened with the win yesterday. All right.
Scraby. Just so Adam knows, it is Scraby taking us through the top of the hour here.
Wing
Him alone.
Him alone, right?
2.
This is it. To stay alive. He doesn't want to say it.
Did we already say?
You're scared.
No, I
bro.
know. I'm reading
You're
my sheet to make
scared.
sure. I don't know if Tony said this. I really hope he didn't.
I'm
Twins?
going off the dome.
Minnesota Twins record is 26-28.
Oh,
Scraby is correct. That ties it at 15. There's 1 team left.
let's just keep going.
Tony gets
I
the
think I
first
got it.
crack at it.
You know what? I hope you don't.
I think
say the
I
team
got
I'm-
Tony gets
I
the
hope
first
you don't
I
say
think
the
I
team
got
that
it.
I'm gonna say.
Tony gets the first crack at it because you have 2 strikes and he has only 1. Tony Gwynn Jr. for the victory today. The last remaining either NFL or Major League Baseball team with a losing record is
The Indianapolis Colts.
they were 8-3 last year, or 8-2. They were 8-2, and then they lost their last 7 in a row to finish 8-9.
Oh!
That is correct. Tony wins 16-15.
Clip. Make sure you clip that piece right there.
No,
Oh my God, the book went across the room on that one.
I don't want to throw
Oh.
anything else because it's going to break something. Here, my pen.
Pen goes.
That was ridiculous.
You had it. You had a chance. You were on top. You had it all going
Walked
your
you
way.
down,
I can't
son.
hear Tony anymore.
Walked
so.
you down.
Now I need to get my headphones back. Okay, can we just go to break?
Yeah, the music's playing.
Oh,
Sail
all right.
us on while Tony dances into the night.
Hot takes, honest opinions, real Sandy.
The program 3:02 is the time. Scraby, you recovered? Probably not.
No.
Yeah, he's going to be upset about this pretty much all day. Tony Gwynn Jr. rallies again to win the Fantabulous Sports Game Show.
Shout out to Scraby for the fumble.
I've been told
He
I
had
fumbled.
to fumble.
Someone said that was depressing or heartbreaking to
He
watch.
just had to kneel on the ball. He couldn't get a clean snap.
Detroit Lions,
way.
Washington Nationals tripped you up today, sir.
I get that I looked at the standings for baseball like Saturday morning, but have the Nationals been over 500 for a while?
They just took 2 or 3 from the Bravos.
Maybe 4 or 5
put 'em
days
over.
or so. I'm going to say that that's
it.
true. The Nationals are very excited at getting to the 500.
And they're
mark. It's a
also
big
the
deal for
team. I
them.
think they have like the craziest run differential.
I can tell you what it is right now.
Sure, let Tony
It
look
is.
it up for you there.
Crazy as in what? What do you mean by crazy?
Like they're giving up a ton of runs, but they're
yeah,
scoring.
they're a -6 in run differential.
Which is but how many runs have they given up?
304, which leads
Wow.
all of baseball.
And how many runs have they scored?
298.
Probably more than
298.
the Padres have.
298.
I think that's safe, Chris.
I think so too. Padres and Phillies is the matchup tonight. Tony will be heading down to get ready for a pregame rigmarole here soon. But before we get to that, I did want to bring up one thing. You guys will have to indulge me for a second before we get to a little NBA talk. Maybe the greatest Super Bowl game ever played by a nose tackle was played by the Miami Dolphins, Manny Fernandez. He did it in the perfect season of 1972. All he did in Super Bowl VII was make, get this, 17 tackles in the Dolphins' victory over the Washington Redskins to finish the season 17-0. Somehow and there's a few stories that go along with this, but somehow he was overlooked for game MVP. They gave it to his teammate, safety Jake Scott. I bring it up because Manny Fernandez passed today at the age of 79. There's not a whole lot of those 72 Dolphins left.
Zonka, right?
Zonka, Greasy, Warfield are 3 of the big names that are still with us, fortunately. But
I saw his picture this morning, Manny Fernandez.
yeah,
Great
great
goatee, mustache.
great mustache. Yeah, man,
Tony, it was a mustache, but it connected to his sideburns, and he had the bottom of his face was shaved, and the top of his face
I don't
was
know
not.
if I've seen Manny Fernandez, but when you said his name, that was the first thing that
Then
I
you've
thought
seen
of was
him.
mustache.
Then you've seen him. Yeah, Manny was he was a hell of a player. He actually was undrafted and dominated there at the nose tackle during those undefeated Dolphin season, and then he was a big player the next year in the Super Bowl. So 79 years old. I wanted to get that in. I was certainly saddened by that today. I know the Cleveland Cavaliers fans were saddened by what happened last night. They are not alone.
I've never seen anyone ever do that.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. He scored.
That was more for the Cavs in general.
Right. And Mitchell did what he could. He scored 30-something points. They are the 6th team, Tony. 6 teams this year have been eliminated in the playoffs. And in the game they were knocked out. They were knocked out by more than 30 points. I just think I don't know quite what that means. But you would just think with your season on the line, you would not go down by that kind of score. But what was it, 130-93 last night? It was not even close. So
I think the boys heard their head coach the day before.
Oh my God!
And his comments to the media,
incredible,
and said to themselves, "It's over, boys.
Yeah,
let's get our vacations ready."
This guy's we're playing for a moron.
For those who didn't hear it, let me grace you with what's Atkins' first name?
Kenny Atkinson. Atkinson.
Let me grace you with Kenny Atkins and his reasoning behind being down 3-0 in this series.
I think we've won I said 3 out of 3. We're 2 out of 3 in the expected. I don't know if you guys follow that. As in like an expected score, and we won 2 out of the 3. And I know you're looking confused, but there is really, if you believe in process and all that, like, man, take that layer. I know I don't throw that on them. I see it for myself. Man.
Yeah.
Now,
hold on.
Ron has been waiting all show to talk about this.
Hold on.
I'm balling up my analytics. Because the only analytic is 3 L's in the column. That's it. It's I get it. I'm all about it.
There. The only analytic is 3 L's in the
I think that
column.
was Iman Shumpert, was it not?
That was
Former
Iman
Cavalier,
Shumpert.
Yeah, reacting to the coach who said, "Well, we've won 2 of the 3 games," and everybody's like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Hey, it's bad when the media is looking at you like, he said, I know you look confused out there.
Yeah, we are a little confused.
He did. He was like,
if you just close your eyes, everybody can see like what the media's face looked like when he said that. It was like, what?
This is the same guy that called no timeouts where they're losing a 22-point lead in the last 8 minutes of game 1. But I will say this. Apparently the Cavaliers today, sources say, confirming that he will return next year as head coach.
Here's and without joking too much. The issue is that you brought that as your talking points to the media.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's okay to that's analytics, right? It's okay for you to follow that and believe in it. But you can't then go out to like the normal people who are just watching a game and say, well, our expected wins, we're up, we're 2 wins out of 3.
Yeah, we
like what?
This. Yeah.
I can see you looking very confused out there.
So that's inside talk right there. Like you talk that with the players, your coaching staff, not to the common folk out here, just wanting to know, hey, what do you have to say about us being down 3-0? Like, not that we're actually up 2 out of 3.
We're actually ahead. I believe according to the analytics as well, the Oklahoma City Thunder have all gone on vacation because the analytics say the Spurs are up 4-0.
Because of expected
wins. No game 5 tonight.
Well, they shouldn't play. The series is
the dumbest
over.
thing ever.
It's like the Padres. Their expected win-loss is 27 and 26.
Hey, look, that's actually okay to me a little bit in the middle of a season to say, hey, we're doing a little better than we should, or we're getting
right. Not in the post.
But when you're down
not in the postseason,
the postseason, it's all about you win or you lose. That's
he said it in this way that was like, I got something really good. Can you guys believe that actually we've won 2 of the last 3 games in expected wins?
I'm just so tickled by I know you look confused right now.
Because everybody's trying to figure out what the heck you're saying.
Yeah.
And then my man in the background, who apparently he was talking to, tried to play it off like, no.
I get you, coach. Yeah. Totally get you.
Yeah, you were. We all were.
No matter what the analytics, they couldn't have said that they won last night because they lost by 37 points. So, and maybe, we're talking about the Cavaliers' demise and 76ers and Celtics' demise and all that. Maybe we should give a little love to the Knicks now. They've won 11 in a row.
We should give some love to the Knicks.
11 in a row, 10 of them by double figures. They've only lost twice in the entire playoffs, and both of those were 1-point losses to the Hawks. So I think a lot of people are just assuming the winner of OKC San Antonio is going to be the NBA champ. It might be a little bit faulty the way the Knicks are playing right now. So
I'm one of those people.
You don't care. You still think the West is going to win?
I still think. I will say this though: the Knicks fans should thank Becky Hammond. I don't know if you guys remember what she said. She said she was an analyst on NBA Today, and she said that you can't win when your number one is a little, meaning a guard, small guard at that.
Right.
My
Jalen
man,
Brunson.
He's
taken that to heart, hasn't he? Yeah.
He is taking that to big heart.
Yeah.
So there is a piece of me that is kind of rooting for him to be able to to stick out his chest a little bit.
Well,
Yeah,
the Knicks
definitely.
are playing great, and the Knicks fans are really excited. And I don't, look, they haven't been to the final since
I love that for the
1999.
Knicks fans,
So
honestly. Yeah.
Spike Lee, he's been out there. I could use a little less Timothy Chalamet, but that's okay. Knick fans are feeling pretty good. It is Game 5 tonight. Spurs and Thunder tied at 2, and so we'll see where that series goes. It's also Phillies and Padres, and more Gwynn and Chris headed your way after a traffic check on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic.
Stay low. Hands on the heart. Stay low. Typical tandem student right there. I tried. I wrecked your good job, buddy. Fun, huh? You need help with anything? Okay, I'm nervous. Stand up, stay low. Hands on the heart. Stay low.
From Sam Lovett's pregame show. Padres and Phillies tee it up tonight. Game 2 of the series. Might be aware the Phillies won the first game 3-0 last night. I will give it to you in about, I'm going to wait a little bit, but I think the 5 o'clock hour. I'm just going to tell you how terrible and awful all the Padres hitting statistics are.
Great.
Just going to lay it all out and hope that this is the last we have to hear of it. But honestly, when I was going through it today, Scrape, and I was just trying to do it because, I don't know, somehow it makes me feel better to go through
seeing all those terrible numbers.
I know, but because I keep looking at them going, they have to get better.
That is
like
true.
They can't possibly continue to
They're
be
dead last in batting
as
average.
bad as they are. Well, they're dead last in batting average and everything, but they're worse in May than they're overall. Like, they're not trending in the right direction.
No.
So, and I'm gonna throw it out there because it needs to be said until something changes. Fernando is now up to 240 plate appearances without a home run.
It's so crazy that he hasn't hit a home run that we're kind of forgetting that he hasn't hit a home run.
We're just accepting of it now. We don't even think he's going to do it.
It's, yeah.
240 plate appearances for one of the, most spectacular stars the game has seen, apparently. Is what, he was.
I mean, we've seen it.
He's not now. He's hitting like Mark Belanger. And if you don't know who that is, you can look him up.
All right, let's look up Mark Belanger.
Nah, don't waste your time. He hit about 200 for Earl Weaver's Orioles back in the day. While you're looking that up, let's start the Daily Gambit stuff.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. And we don't have any bets from last week, so we'll move into today.
Yeah, I just thought for fun I'd look this up. Mark Belanger had 6,602 career plate appearances.
Mm-hmm.
Hit 20 home runs. That's one every 330 plate appearances. Fernando's closing in on that. Sorry.
I know Krug,
sorry, I didn't mean to be rude to Mark Belanger, who did hit, 20 home runs, but
the Giants TV guys, Krug and Kipe, I think it was Dwayne Kuiper who only hit one home run
he did in his
entire
career. Yeah, Kuiper did. That's correct. All right, here we go for tonight. We got NBA Game 5, OKC 4.5 over San Antonio. Spurs turned it in Game 4. OKC scored 82 points, which was surprisingly low. Pivotal Game 5. All the marbles. on the line here. 2-2 series. Scraby, what do you like here?
I did see your text to us the other day. I saw it a little bit too late, but he texted us a photo of SGA sitting down.
Flop down on the floor.
He said, here's the MVP trophy.
No, this is what they're thinking of using for his Hall of Fame.
That's
plaque.
right.
Yeah,
I did see that and got a little chuckle out of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with OKC. They got the experience.
I got to go with OKC as well. I hate to do it, but I think they're going to win tonight. 217.5 points is the over-under tonight. I think this will be an over. Last game was an under. I think the shooting will be a little better, more crisp tonight. 217 would be 110 to 107.
Yeah, I'll go over.
You're going to go over as well, so we
Yes.
agree there. SGA minus 4 points against Wemby. SGA didn't even play in the fourth quarter the other night. They just kind of gave it up.
Threw up the white
in
flag.
the old towel, yeah. I don't know. He only had like 12 points, 15 points.
I would say Wemby needs to do a lot here for the remainder of their time in the playoffs. So I'm going to say Wemby.
Wemby plus 4. Yeah, if they are going to have any chance of an upset, you'd think it'd be Wemby tonight. I don't understand why the Spurs don't just put him underneath the basket and throw the ball.
I don't know.
I don't get it. He's on the perimeter way too much.
He's 7'5". Why are you having him shoot threes?
Because he can shoot them, but that still, to me, is not advantageous to your team.
No, you're the tallest guy in the NBA.
I mean, and Chet Holmgren and Hartenstein are trying to defend him, but they, other than just grabbing hold of him, they really have no defense.
It does seem
so. I don't know. I'm going to take SGA at minus 4. Caruso 10.5 points. Caruso's had a great series. Over under. I'm gonna say over. He's been they've been leaving him open, and he's been making them pay.
I'll just go under to be a contrarian.
Holmgren 23.5 points, rebounds, assists. I've been disappointed in Holmgren in this series. Really has not been a factor in this, and he's not because he's guarding Wemby. He doesn't guard Wemby, but they've rendered him very, I don't know, pretty ho-hum. For a guy that made, I think, second or third team all league.
Wow.
23.5 points. Points plus rebounds plus assists. It's gravy. Over, under.
I got to think that this is
his coming out party tonight?
No, I mean, you know what? I'm going to go under.
You're going to just say under again?
Yeah.
I mean, just for example, in the last game, Holmgren was limited to 10 points, 9 and 2. That would have been 21, so still under. He just hasn't been good. He's got to have one good game tonight. Over. Avalanche are favored 1.5 at Las Vegas, despite the fact Las Vegas leads the series 3-0.
For some reason, we haven't changed it from the NHL channel in here, so I've been watching.
Yeah, we have a lot of NHL coverage.
I've been watching their coverage of the Avs. They're very concerned.
They should be concerned. There's only 4 teams in history have come from 3-0 down. I think you'd think the Avs will win one game, but I'm going to take Las Vegas. I just haven't seen it. The Las Vegas, I mean, they were down 3-0 in game 3 and came right back to win 5-3. I mean, if the Avs were ever going to win a game, that was it. So I'm going to take Las Vegas. By the way, if Las Vegas wins tonight, this is pretty strange, I think. It'll be the 13th year in a row that the regular season NHL champ, best record in the NHL, doesn't even make the finals.
Wow.
Let alone win it. The 13th year in a row that the best record doesn't even reach the finals.
I would try not to have the best record.
I guess not. Yeah, Colorado had the best record. They're in trouble. Who do you like?
I gotta think the Avs win one.
You're gonna give. All right, we got the Phillies over the Padres by a 1.5. Feeling pretty good about the hitless wonders tonight.
No,
your San Diego Padres,
because who's favored? The Phillies?
Of course they are. You favor the Padres right now.
I was reading about Aaron Nola and how you should not pay attention to any of his numbers because he's much better than what he's pitched this year, which is great for us. I'm gonna go with the Padres though.
His ERA is over 6.
Yeah, but they're saying his stuff is a lot better and he's getting unlucky.
Yeah, well, that sounds like Kenny Atkinson, the Cavalier coach.
Well, hey, we won on the expected.
Well, yeah, we should have. Aaron Nola's pitching shutouts on the expected. Too bad his ERA is over 6. That's what's going to be on the board.
Are you going Padres?
They're going to close their eyes and get some runs tonight. Yeah, I'll take the Padres. 7.5 runs is the over-under. I just said they're going to close their eyes, but I got to go under until further notice. Padres can't
3-0.
3 runs were scored yesterday.
I'll go under as well.
Under. By the way, I was checking Chet Holmgren. He hasn't been over 23.5 points, rebounds, assists in any of the 4 games. So if he does it tonight, it'd be the first time. All right, this is mean. It's my own made up wager. Tatis plus Manny plus Merrill.
Oh,
2.5 hits over or under.
Manny or
you get Merrill
would have helped them yesterday.
Tatis had 2 yesterday, but I don't think he had 2. Manny and Merrill didn't have any.
No.
So 2.5 hits for the great all-star, all-everything trio of the Padres. Can they get 2.5 hits tonight, Scraby?
Yes.
Over, he says.
Yes.
Manny's got to be getting angry. Over. And one more, because I wanted to get this in. Pirates 1.5 over the Cubs. Cubs becoming just the second team in baseball history to have a pair of 10-game winning streaks and also a 9-game losing streak in the same season. They're currently on that 9-game losing streak. Here's the good news for the Cubs, though. The other team it happened to was the 2017 Dodgers, who ended up in the World Series that particular year. Cubs are doing everything the Padres are trying to do. PCA's batting leadoff. Horner's batting cleanup. They're doing everything they can to try and get out of this. It just goes to show we're not the only ones suffering.
You know, I was going to say this earlier, but I didn't find a chance to do it. I watch a lot of MLB TV, and so I watch a lot of games.
Yeah.
You know how many times bases loaded, 1 out, no outs, and they don't score? It happens quite often. It just feels like the Padres do it all the time.
I feel like we're the only team right now.
I'm
Cubs
gonna go...
break the streak tonight, Scraby.
Okay.
I go first, actually. I say they do. 10 in a row is too many. I'll take the Cubs. Plus 1.5.
Is Skeens pitching?
No. Ashcraft for Pittsburgh and somebody I've never heard from for the Cubs.
I'm going to go Pirates.
Pirates keep the Cubs losing, you say?
Yes.
All right. By the way, I looked this up earlier. Remember I said that this hitting season has been almost as bad as 1968?
Yep.
The league batting average in 1968, the whole league hit 237. This year, so far, right now, 239. Not much better than one of the worst hitting seasons in history, 1968. That's where this season is headed at the moment.
You know the theory behind that? ABS. Because
this year,
ABS is walking more guys instead of them having to protect and get a base hit or something like that.
You think ABS
I read this.
I would think ABS would increase batting averages because guys don't have to swing at pitches off the plate.
But they know that
they can let it go.
But they know that.
All right, so then when they're swinging, they should have a better average.
I get it. I didn't necessarily agree with it, but it does.
My blame for all of this is that we've just been headed down this road for a while. Guys are hitting, home runs or bust. They go sit down and strike out. Nobody cares whether they get a hit anymore. 237 in 1968, 239 this year. By the way, the Padres are still 20 points below that. 219.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
All right, more Gwynn and Chris coming up, and we're going to do, what do we just say?
Sports Potpourri. We got a Brendan Sorsby update. We also I want to talk about the Indy 500 because that was awesome. So, and also other stories from the weekend. Next.
From the first pitch of the year.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello! how you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year, 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be, not anymore though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over there. So.
What are you thinking to see it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year, 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be, not anymore though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over there. So.
What are you thinking to see it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing?
7 is the time. Chris Ello, Mr. Scraby, Tony Gwynn Jr. down at Petco Park. Padres Phillies game 2. By the way, I've always loved Kyle Schwarber. You know that.
Yes.
Getting a little tired of him now. You know what I mean? Like, I love the guy, but does he have to homer into the right field pavilion here every time he's here?
I believe he does.
Unbelievable.
And
Yesterday
the pitch he hit it on, too.
Yeah, that was a changeup down and away. Pretty good pitch, especially considering it's on 3-2. So, guy or 2-2. Guy's not necessarily looking changeup, I wouldn't think. And Schwarber's just so strong, his hands, and able to just line drive it right out of the ballpark. His 10th home run at Petco Park in 85 at bats. Hey, Fernando, that's 1 every 8 times. Just saying, since Fernando's going on 240. But, I mean, Schwarber's incredible here, and he did it again yesterday. So I've kind of had it with him. Go homer somewhere else. By the way, Schwarber would say to that, okay, no problem.
I'll go
like
do
he'll
it
go wherever.
anywhere.
Yeah, he doesn't really care. On a season where nobody's hitting the baseball, gave you the averages a little bit ago. He's on one of those 63 home run paces. We're about a third of the way through the season now.
Yeah.
So 21 gives you 63. That's, pretty doable number. I know, Bonds and them had the steroid 70s, but you get to 63 in the legit, category. That's a pretty good power season for Schwarber. And, that was the ball game. Well, that and the fact that Manny strikes out there. I mean, you just can't, Manny said it himself because he grounded into a double play in the 3rd inning. He said, I wish I would have a double play in the 1st inning. Well, at least would have got a run in.
Yep.
And, man, I said I was going to wait till 5 o'clock to give all the terrible statistics, but I can't help it. They're 0 for their last 25 with runners in scoring position. How does that happen?
I feel like we talk about them with runners in scoring position like at least 90% of the season.
One of the thing was that was actually the one thing that was keeping them afloat for a while was that they were getting a lot of clutch hits.
Yep.
They weren't getting a lot of hits, but the ones they were getting were important.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden that is drying up. All right, we're going to do a potpourri segment, and the Indy 500 was incredible. That is something that I used to be a must-see TV for me.
Yeah.
I don't know when that changed, but it has changed to the point that Sunday evening somewhere they showed a highlight of the finish, and I thought, what race was that? Why are they even showing that?
It's Memorial Day.
Right, and then I remembered, oh, wow, that was the Indy 500 today. So, I didn't even know it was happening, but it was the closest finish in history, and it was pretty much something, man. Yeah, it was something.
Exciting.
So take us through what you got.
We'll go through traffic first.
Okay.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Right through San Diego, looking good. I know we got Padres game. Starts at 640. Your ride on the 805 South heavy from the 52 and stretches to the 94. I'm Tiffany Woodstrom, San Diego traffic.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
All right, the reason, Chris, that I love the Indy 500, well, I'm kind of a race fan to begin with, but my grandparents lived in Indianapolis for a long time, and so my mom was all into the Indy 500. It's a big family event. We've gone to it. Well, I haven't gone to it, but my family goes to it, so that's why we love the Indy 500.
I also know that I've never been to any event that has 400,000 people in attendance.
That is crazy,
right? That's more than the population of most cities.
It is. It's craziness.
Yeah.
But like you said, it was a crazy race. They had a couple red flags. There was one because there was oil all over the track, and then late in the race, It's like 9 laps to go. They had another one.
And that makes for a close finish because everybody has to bunch up.
Yes.
Right.
So basically, they red flag means you stop on the track. You're not allowed to make any adjustments to your car. And you're right, Chris. It would have taken maybe 9 laps for them to clean up and everything. So they stopped it so they could have this end of the race. But this was the end of the race. And I actually stood up, Chris, and watched this.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Malukas has to defend from Rosenquist. Great run off the final corner. Here comes Rosenquist. Malukas defends. Who has it? Over the line. Who's it going to be? It's Rosenquist.
Like, if you were watching this, the guy makes a move. Rosenquist makes a move, like last possible second, and he ends up passing the guy on the last straightaway to beat him.
He was actually right behind him, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if they call it drafting or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, but he was right behind the guy who was in the lead, I would say with 25, well, maybe 100 yards to go. Remember, they cover 100 yards in like a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
So he's right there. And he just veers to the right, somehow slingshots past him by a fender and gets to the line first.
You know how they do that?
Yeah, that was something.
It's so drafting means you create like a pocket where there's no air in front of you.
Okay.
And so when the guy gets behind that car, there's no air resistance and there's some suction from the car. So you get pulled into the car, and he just had the perfect timing to make that right.
Somebody somewhere would be able to explain exactly how that happens. But like I've always felt like because of the drafting, you're almost better to be in second place at that moment than first
You're not
place.
lying. You're not lying.
So
you can make moves to like block. Like he could have, the guy in the lead could have seen him popping right and then tried to block him, but he didn't. And that's why those guys are very good at what they do. But it was a fun race. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was exciting. And there was a lot of drama. I know Kyle Busch is not necessarily an IndyCar
He's
guy.
not, you're right.
But, look, you're talking about the emotions is still there.
Oh, yeah.
And especially in the 600, the Coca-Cola 600 later in the day, which is a NASCAR event.
Yes.
Tears are flowing, and they got his number there. And I did see one incredibly poignant moment before the race, or whenever they introduced Kyle Busch's wife, and her son. His son is there. He couldn't be older than 10, 12 years old. And you see the son of one of the other drivers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say the wrong driver. I don't remember what the driver's name was, but his son, who was maybe 10 years old, came over and put his arm around Kyle Busch's son. That was pretty. I mean, if you didn't get choked up watching that moment,
that was hard.
That was really something.
That was hard. They also found out that Kyle Busch passed away from a combination of pneumonia and sepsis. So,
that's a bad combination.
Very
Those
bad
two
combination. But a 41-year-old getting pneumonia to the point, and I'm not a doctor, but to the point where you get sepsis? That's bad.
Somebody smarter than I
me too.
knows that.
Me too.
What I do know is that pneumonia is not great. Sepsis is not great.
Yeah.
And the two of them
really not
be a deadly
great.
Mix.
Yeah, I'm glad
Terrible.
that the Indy 500 did something for him, and I'm glad NASCAR was able. But yeah, that is a crazy situation all the way around. Here's another crazy situation that's just breaking, Chris. So this is, coming in from reporting. It's not us just saying it, but Green Bay Packers running back Josh Jacobs has been arrested. The Hobart Lawrence Police Department announced today he's facing 5 charges that took place, or for an event that took place on Saturday, May 23rd. At approximately 8:37, the police department was dispatched to a disturbance complaint involving Josh Jacobs. As a result of the investigation, Josh Jacobs was subsequently arrested on May 26th and booked into the Brown County Jail on the following charges: battery, domestic abuse, criminal damage to property, domestic abuse, disorderly conduct, domestic abuse, strangulation, and suffocation, intimidation of victim.
Oh, boy. This is getting to be...
But we have to stay...
Yes, we can't say anything yet.
Because look at Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, we can't put the guy. He's innocent until proven guilty. Unfortunately, the NFL. People are going to say the NFL has a problem. The world has a problem.
Yes,
with this kind of behavior.
It does seem like NFL players get wrapped up in this a lot.
Well,
lately.
they also don't, write a story about it every time some computer programmer, gets charged with beating his wife.
Yeah, it's a good point.
So I'm not trying to stick up for the NFL players on that. I mean, I think it's not what we want to see.
No.
And let's reserve judgment and hope that, this is not what it seems.
Yes,
for Josh Jacobs.
Agree. Because it seems like he's a seemingly great dude and hasn't had many issues. I know he got that DUI, but ever since
other than that, he's terrific. Yeah.
I know it's kind of weird for me to say. I know I got that DUI, but
Josh Jacobs is all right.
Let's go to Brendan Sorsby. He was the Texas Tech quarterback.
Can I just applaud one for a change? Go ahead. Tell us the story, and I'm applauding ahead of time.
He committed to Texas Tech as their quarterback, and he was being paid $5 million or something by the NIL. Texas Tech put up a big video board in Times Square of Brendan Sorsby. Well, he got caught for gambling, and everything went cattywampus for him then. He was gambling on his own team. He made tons of bets. So the NCAA has been looking into this, and they have blocked him, and his request for reinstatement was denied. Here is the quote. Recently, from his lawyer, the NCAA issued an initial ruling that Brendan is permanently ineligible to compete. Texas Tech will be appealing that decision. We believe that given the facts and the context of Brendan's case, the NCAA's ruling should be reversed or modified as a generation of college athletes face the legalization and rapid proliferation of sports betting in our country. Gambling addiction is rising to the point of epidemic among college-age men in particular. Here's my thought about that. That's all true.
You read that a little fast for me, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry. As basically they're saying, as a generation of college athletes face the legalization of gambling, it is rising to the point of epidemic among college-age men. So they're blaming society as to the reason
These
why.
are Brendan Sorsby's defenders.
So they're
saying
blaming
that he's a victim of society right now.
Correct.
I see.
And so he completed his residential treatment program for gambling addiction and anxiety. He says that this is a start of a new beginning to my life. And he hopes to play, but he is going to appeal it. They said, no, you are the NCAA. Their official ruling is you are not allowed to play.
I feel for whatever his beef and his complaint is. I'm not beyond I get it. But the fact is there's a major rule against gambling if you are actually a player.
Yes.
And whether you're addicted or not, like if you're addicted to alcohol, you can't go to the judge and go, I'm really trying here, judge. I can't help it, but I drove drunk again.
You can, but it's not going to help.
Right. I don't think that works. And yes, I've been to treatment, but but you're still obviously not cured. We can't just let you have this one. Number one. Number two, this notion, and I, really appreciate his attorneys doing the best they can, but this notion that he needs to be allowed to make a living. Well, I mean, I'm sure the people that are sitting in jail for committing crimes would like to be out making a living too, and feel like their future is being put on hold by this pesky jail sentence. You know what I'm saying? I don't go there. I can't go there. Go get your help, get cured. And when
learn from it.
And learn from it. And when your suspension's over, if you still have time to play, then go play. But you knew the rules. And we know the rule. You can't drive drunk.
Yeah.
And if you get caught, you're going to have to pay the price. You can have all kinds of excuses. It's not going to really matter in the end. And so I hate to say it, but I'm glad that they've, stuck up this or held on to this one.
In Sorsby's affidavit, or what he wrote in the affidavit in the lawsuit, says all these bets were in support of Indiana, which he used to play for Indiana. In other words, I placed bets on Indiana win a game or score more than a certain number of points for the quarterback to throw for more a certain number of touchdowns.
I don't believe the rule says anything about it's okay.
It doesn't matter if you're doing it positively.
The rule doesn't say that.
No, it's you can't make a bet. It's not, hey, I was always doing it to my team doing great things. Doesn't matter.
Do we find anything wrong with,
Gator Padres says sounds like Pete Rose.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Thank you. Does anybody have a problem with Texas Tech going out of its way to, fight for this kid? Like, isn't there another quarterback that isn't embroiled in gambling that you can go out and pay money to?
But they didn't invest money into this kid.
That
kid.
I know we got to win at all costs, but do we really have to just, put away whatever scruples we have left?
Yeah.
Right? The university is using, I would imagine, its own attorneys and fees that are associated with that to fight in favor of this guy.
Yeah.
So am I wrong there to think that maybe that's not the best use of Texas Tech's funds?
I
you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm totally with you. I understand why they're doing it, but I'm totally with you. They're going to stand by this kid until they don't have to anymore, and then they can move on. Real quick, Patrick Mahomes, he said he wants to be on the field for week 1, Chris, and he has been participating today, at least, in teams opening OTA practices. So he was taking snaps. He was making dropbacks. Do you think he's going to be ready for week 1?
I wouldn't put it past this guy.
Me neither.
I really wouldn't. And when you talk about a really important, great player, think about it under these terms. And I've joked about this earlier during the Fantabulous Game Show. The Dolphins won 7 games last year. The Chiefs won 6. But Patrick Mahomes is coming back this year.
Mm-hmm.
The Dolphins are expected to win 2 or 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs are favored to win the Super Bowl.
That is wild.
Right? We saw the odds a couple of weeks ago.
We did.
The Chiefs are the lowest price you can, maybe that and maybe the Rams are kind of right there. But they were worse than the Dolphins last year, yet because of him and really only him, what else have they changed? They are a Super Bowl favorite. That tells you a lot.
How important he is? Yes.
Yes.
I mean, who's their backup? Who was the guy who started? Oh, it was oh gosh, he played for the Raiders, he played for the Jaguars, he played for the Eagles.
Minshew,
yes.
Yeah, I mean, Mahomes he's one of the greats for that reason. So, all right, thank you, Scraby, for a nice little potpourri worth of stuff. We got Chris versus the fans. I believe we have prizes to give away beyond the regular qualification today.
Yes, we do.
So if you play Chris versus the fans, you will be qualified for the grand prize, but you'll also win another prize.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a good day to play. 833-288-0973. Call in. Tony, you care to,
Tony, I don't know where Tony went.
Because Tony,
I see the corner of his room.
Oh, well, hopefully he'll be back shortly. Harbaugh.
I'm not sure where he went. I might text him to see if he's okay here in a second.
Hope he didn't. Yeah.
Did you think he fell in the shower?
Well, I hope he didn't meet with foul play.
You think he met with foul play in our commercial break?
I don't know.
I mean, he is in New York City. So.
He's in New York City. It could be, you never know.
All right, we'll just go forward.
We're just going to go forward without Tony. I'm sure he'll rejoin us when he gets a moment.
Everybody stare at that box in the top right corner because it's just the corner of his room.
I'm going to look now. I'm kind of intrigued.
Oh, someone says maybe he's in the bathroom. I don't know.
He's been known to go there. As have all of us, frankly, but him more than most.
Over under, Tony just forgot that he was doing the show.
That's not nice. So maybe that's what they're thinking.
You know what just hit me, Chris?
No.
What if Tony went out to get like ice or something and he forgot his room key?
That is something he is more than capable of doing.
Because he would never be gone this late. This long with knowing that he was on the show.
No kidding, man. We took a commercial break like 5 minutes ago and he has not returned.
I'm going to text him.
Like, are you out in the hall trying to get into your room right now?
Everything okay?
Oh no.
Question mark.
Scaring me. No. Did you hear back from Tony yet?
No, I'm thinking
something.
I'm thinking he locked himself out. He doesn't have his phone because it's in the room, so he's down at the front desk or something.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a story in here somewhere.
There's
when we get
definitely
him
got to
back on
be
the
a
air.
story. Anyway. I was very concerned about Tony, and I took him off the screen because he's not back. I guarantee you he got locked out of his room.
I don't think you're wrong, because that makes sense. But how far away is the lobby? Of course, the New York hotel, it could be one of those ones where you got to wait a while to get up to the...
And he's just sitting lying. I don't know why I find this so funny, but it is.
Well, it's funny if
me.
it's funny if he comes back with a funny story.
Yeah, like
it's
I locked
not
myself
funny.
out.
It's not funny if he fell and hit his head somewhere
Well,
and we don't know where he is. That's not funny.
Of course, that's not funny.
He's obviously not with his phone because he hasn't gotten back to us.
Has Tony locked himself out before? Not during the show, but I'm sure he has at one point in his life.
Of all people, Tony would certainly seem to be one who would do it.
Oh, August also says, Clinton said, got to use the key card for the elevator too. So maybe he's just stuck.
You can't even get down? No, you don't need the key card to go down.
Okay.
You only need those to go up. You should be able to get down to the lobby to say, hey, I locked myself out. In New York City. But if we do, can you go to the Padre Hotel and knock on Tony's door? We don't know where he is still.
No.
Still hasn't come back.
And I turned on
It's been 20 minutes now.
I know. Now I'm starting to get a little worried.
Yeah. Where'd he go?
What
happened?
I don't know. I would call the front desk of the hotel, but I have no idea where they're staying.
I don't know where they're staying either. And when you sent him a text and said, is everything all right? We have not heard back from him. He is still not back in his room.
I bet you he is standing in line in the lobby as we speak.
I'm trying to get his key back.
Someone said text Jesse or Dave. And
it's really not a bad idea. Maybe at the next break, though.
Yes.
If we get to the next break, we got to text those guys so that they can go make sure he's okay. Because I don't know where he is. It's crazy.
Dave Marcus is probably the one to text.
We'll text Dave.
Because he's, Jesse could be doing anything, but Dave's always there ready to go.
You're trying to say Dave has a ho-hum life and he'd just be sitting around waiting for a text, whereas Jesse might be busy? Is that what you're...
Dave's been doing this job for like 30 years. I don't think what is the word I'm looking for? Never mind.
All right. Well, there's certainly an explanation, but we don't have it yet.
Text Scan. I don't know Scan well enough to text him.
We're going to text Dave if this gets to the top of the hour, and we still don't have a Tony Gwynn Jr. sighting. All right, do we just go to traffic like it's normal behavior time? I mean, it just seems weird.
We got to move on with the show.
Show must go on?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, we're going to do the good, the bad, and the really, really weird and ugly next here after traffic. All right, it's with less enthusiasm than usual that we embark on the good, the bad, and the ugly for week 2, Scrape.
I'm going to try not to worry too much.
I'm going to try not to worry also. I'm not necessarily the worrying type.
I'm not either.
But, I'm intrigued now at this point. Like it's with this long pass to Devontae Smith.
He's back!
Helped put him there.
Hold on, he's back, everybody!
Stop everything.
Comes the play. I literally, we went to commercial break. I laid on the bed, and then I just fell asleep.
He fell! I never even considered it!
Lock is the time. Crisello. Tony Gwynn Jr., he is down there at Petco Park. Padres are down there. They're going to show up tonight, Scrape. They're going to play the game. I don't believe they were really giving any alternatives.
No.
Going to go out and see if they can hit the ball and score some runs against the Philadelphia Phillies and Aaron Nola. He of the ERA north of 6. Padres went 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position last night. They've gone 0 for their last 25, and they are in one of the all-time offensive funks. Yet, 31-22. How in the world they're 12-11 this month when they have a team batting average of 197? That's not one guy. That's the whole team. For basically a month, 23 games.
Tonight in the lineup, there's 2 guys that are hitting under 200. One guy hitting significantly under 200.
There's 3 guys under
Oh, for
200.
me, yeah.
You got Manny at 170. You got Merrill at 198. You got Fermin at 146. They're starting tonight. But as we pointed out earlier, what's Craig Stammen supposed to do? The 4 guys that are not starting tonight, Castellanos is 183. Johnson is 188. Duran is 100, limited at bats, but still. And Sun Moon Song is 190. So those are the 4 guys that aren't playing. So what are you supposed to tell Craig Stammen? Come on, Craig, get a better lineup. Well, there's his choices.
Normally, those are amazing choices.
How about the fact that they have 13 hitters right now, right, that are active? 7 of them, which is more than half, are under 200. That is a team-wide disaster. And the 6 guys that are over 200, other than Sheets, Andujar, and France, you can't make much of a case for what they're doing offensively. And I know that Fernando, you put this in the notes, and it's a good note, so I'll throw it in. You know, he's 2 for 2 with 2 walks yesterday. He's hitting .344 during a 9-game on-base streak. His chase rate, we're getting a little analytical here, but it's only 26% compared to 34% previously. So he's, picking out better pitches to hit, and thus, 344, 9-game on-base streak. What I'll point out during that 9-game on-base streak is 1 double and 1 RBI. And that is not, sorry, but that's not what he's being paid $38 million to do.
It's not.
He's just not.
But he's also in the leadoff spot again. He has no one to drive in.
Well, you can make it whatever excuses you want to. The fact of the matter is they're not getting anything close to the bang for their buck from him.
No, not at all.
All right, let's go to today's round of Chris versus the fans with good prizes available.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
So first, I was looking at Chris. He put his arms in the air real quick.
I get riled up, on the old preliminary music here.
You will be qualified for a shot at our grand prize if you win. A $500 gift card to Westgate, Las Vegas, the home of legendary Vegas fun, now offering the Breakaway from Fees package, including a $75 daily dining credit, 2-day spa passes, daily cabaret tickets, complimentary valet parking, and $0 resort fees. Special rates starting at $89 a night. Book now at westgatelasvegas.com. And also, Chris was telling you you're playing for 2 prizes. The other prize, a 4-pack of tickets to the San Diego County Fair, returning to Del Mar Fairgrounds June 10th through July 5th. Details at sdfair.com. That means
just think what a hero you are going to be tonight when you get home or whatever. The family comes home and you say, hey, not only did I win Chris versus the fans today, but I'm taking the whole family to the fair.
Yeah.
That's a big deal in this town.
Means I'm going to have to start taking the 15 home because I cannot take the 5
be a little more
home.
traffic for you to deal with there, sir.
Home. On Friday, when I gave away the Padres tickets for actually today's game, I was happy to get a winner that was, I guess their kid was sitting there. And my question was, Chris, what Padres hitter walked it off against Mason Miller 2 seasons ago at home?
Oh, yeah, the only one who's done that. Lourdes Gurriel, right?
Oh, no.
Jackson
Merrill.
Padre.
Yes,
Jackson Merrill did that against Mason Miller. Yes.
And I guess their son from the back seat just yelled out, Jackson Merrill! And they called and they won. So I was very happy about that.
Those were the glory days of Jackson Merrill. Sorry, Scrape. I mean, it's sad but true.
I'm with you, Chris. Unfortunately, I'm with you. The rules, you have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let me know before you get into it, and you'll get that question for free today. All right. Let's go to Lucas first. Hello, Lucas.
Oh, hello.
Hello. You
Welcome
ready to play?
in, Lucas.
Hello.
Yeah.
Are you ready to play?
Yeah.
How old are you?
Got my
there?
dad with me.
Okay,
Yeah, okay,
perfect.
yeah,
What's your
but-
dad's name?
Sam.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Sam.
All right. Well, Sam, be quiet. This is Lucas's game.
It's a team effort.
I'm just
It's never
kidding.
my game, gentlemen.
I'm just kidding.
All right,
Here we go. Here we go.
Question number 1. In what cartoon would you find the character Cartman?
South Park.
Hey,
South
very
Park is
good.
correct.
Very good.
I watched a ton of South Park over the
I hope
weekend.
that Lucas hasn't watched too much South Park. He doesn't
Yeah.
sound old enough to be watching Cartman.
Do your Cartman?
Yeah, I got a lot of Cartmans.
Something that people don't know about Chris is one of his favorite shows is South Park.
Well, my
And-
favorite character of all time is Cartman. I
Yes.
mean, come on, everybody loves that character.
All right, here we go. Lucas and Sam.
Feeling
question.
a little festively plump myself right now. So that's a Cartmanism, along with many others.
You know, I feel festively plump as well.
Yeah.
All right. What qualify? I'm going to tell you right now, Miguel Andujar does not work in this situation.
He's not the answer.
He's not qualified.
Okay.
What qualified Padres hitter has the highest batting average on the team?
For the season, you
For
mean?
the season so far, yes.
So are you saying Andujar does not quite have enough at bats
According
to
to
be a qualifying
MLB.com,
hitter?
he's not a qualified
You do
player.
have to have 3.1 plate appearances to qualify. So I see where you're coming from here.
I'll say,
Oh, yeah.
I'll say Sheets.
Is it? Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough.
Let's go with Gavin Sheets.
Gavin Sheets.
Is Gavin the guy?
Stay there. Stay there.
There's not many guys that are the guy. I'm looking at the lineup today, and the guy with the highest average is Fernando Tatis Jr., sadly.
Sorry, Lucas.
I don't think Gavin has quite enough to qualify.
I don't think he qualifies
I actually
either.
think Fernando might even have a higher batting average than Gavin Sheets.
Thank you
believe it
for
or
playing,
not.
Lucas.
Thanks,
Play
guys.
again soon.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I have it right here, actually. Fernando is hitting 255.
Yeah.
Sheets is hitting 253.
So Fernando, but I don't think I'd have to figure it all out. But 53 games times 3.1, you've got to have about 160 plate appearances.
Yeah, he
right
only
now.
has
So he's a
146
little
at
shy,
bats.
yeah.
All right. Let's go to our next one. Let's go to Thomas. Hello, Thomas.
Hi, Thomas.
How you guys doing today?
Very good.
Pretty good. Someone said Xander. Where's he at? 245.
Yeah, he's
so-
been slumping.
Yeah.
I mean, his average has not been good in May, just like everybody else's.
All right, Thomas, you ready?
First time player.
First time player.
Good to have you there, Thomas.
All right. Question number 2. Which current Major League Baseball manager hit a walk-off home run in the 11th inning of Game 7 of the 2003 ALCS? It's a lot. Which current MLB manager hit a walk-off home run in the 11th inning in Game 7 of the 2003 ALCS?
I'm going to pass on this one.
Sorry, Thomas. This is any Boston Red Sox fan will tell you this is Aaron Bleepin Boone. And I believe that's
sorry. No, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
who
right.
it
That's right.
is. Sorry, Thomas.
Sorry,
Aaron
Thomas.
Boone off Tim Wakefield's knuckleball.
Tim Wakefield just, I mean, it
Danced
was over.
right in there and
walked
Aaron
right off
Boone's
the field.
moment. Yeah, that was 2003. That was the year, though, that preceded the Red Sox finally breaking the curse in 2004.
All right. Well, they needed it, is what you're saying.
I guess so. They had one last disaster before they finally won it all.
Let's go to Jose in San Diego. Hello, Jose.
Hey, Jose.
Hello.
Welcome to it.
You ready to play?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
here
he's
we
ready.
go. Which division in baseball is the only with all teams currently over 500?
Crazy, but true.
Is it the National League?
What?
Which division?
Yeah, which
Not
division?
The league, the division. Looking for a division here.
Oh. West.
No, the West.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
NL Central is the answer. By the way, the Pirates are ahead of the Cubs 3-0 in the first inning tonight. The Cubs are searching for their 10th straight loss.
This is why I was so bothered by the coverage that the Cubs got earlier in the year. They were acting like the Cubs are never going to lose again.
If the Padres win 10 in a row,
they
get
wouldn't do that
coverage.
Though. They would probably try to trade Fernando.
Oh, you mean MLB Network?
Yeah, they would probably try to trade him.
I know you're not fans of the old MLB
I am
Network.
not a fan of when they talk about Fernando. All right, Ruben.
Hey, Ruben.
Hello,
welcome
Ruben.
to it. Good to have you here. You're up.
All right.
Thank you.
Question number 1. Last week, the Cubs were swept by a division foe. Which team was that?
Last week.
Yes.
Well, that's not fair.
Division foe.
A division team. You got one of the teams in their division swept them as part of this losing streak. Who was it?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. I
is
think you got
correct.
it. Yeah.
Nice
Good
job. Nice job. All right, here we go. Question number 2.
Very good. Very good.
All right, pay attention. It's a long one. Which Washington National? It was. I gotta make this question easier to ask. Actually, okay. Which Washington National infielder started the season with 6 homers, .338 batting average in his first 20 games? This is a poorly worded question, but yes.
There was a Washington National player,
infielder, that hit .338 and swatted. I've always wanted to use that. 6 homers in the first 20 games.
Somebody for the Nationals this year had a good start to the season, is what you're saying.
Yes, basically.
I'm gonna pass.
He's gonna pass. That's maybe not a bad idea.
I'm not sure who it is, other than to say Abrams. Abrams having a good year. I don't know if he got off to that fast of a start. C.J. Abrams is my answer.
He did
former
get off to a
Padre. You're just
great
rubbing
start.
it in. Rubbing it in.
When I wrote the question, I was like, how many people are going to be angry?
C.J. Abrams, by the way, last I checked, has a OPS over 900, which is higher than like 2 Padres put together right now.
Do we think he would still have the same numbers if he was in a Padres
I don't
uniform?
think so. No, but he's playing with Petco.
Because hitting is true, and hitting is contagious.
Or the opposite, as it were.
Let's do C.J. Abrams for tiebreaker.
All right, we're in the tiebreaker, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, he's played since 2022. Let's get our contestant on the phone. Let's go to give me a number 1 through 6, Chris.
5.
5.
I never
Scott
do
and
5.
Carlsbad. Hello, Scott. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Pretty good.
Scott and Curran.
Oh, Scott and Curran. Okay, here we go. You guys know tiebreaker, so stay right there. I'm going to ask Chris for a number on C.J. Abrams' career, and then Scott and Curran are going to guess whether the actual number is higher or lower than what Chris said. So, Chris, how many stolen bases does C.J. Abrams have
his career?
In his 5-year career.
He's a nice little player. He was hurt, but he had a couple of, I'm going to say, give me 88.
88 stolen bases. All right, Scott and Curran, is it higher or lower? The actual answer.
Let's go higher.
Higher. Say. Yeah,
Nice job.
He's over that, huh?
Yes, by a lot.
Oh, yeah?
Someone on the chat said the exact number.
Really?
Yes.
Good for them.
123 stolen bases.
How about that? All right.
Yeah, so there you go, Scott Curran. Stay on the line.
Very good, guys. Hang on there. You got not only the qualification to go to Las Vegas, but you will be going to the San Diego Fair. And you and the rest of the fam there, 4-pack of tickets to San Diego Fair, returning to Del Mar Fairgrounds June 10th through the 5th, July 5th. Details at sdfair.com. When we come back, we could all use a little good news surrounding the Padres, correct?
Yeah.
We have some. A little bit anyway. Dennis Lynn gave us that good news on the Ben and Wood show this morning. We'll pass along to you after we check traffic on Gwynn and Chris. All their just incredibly bad offensive numbers are coming away at 5 o'clock. But I keep, sneaking a few of them out there. I know you talked about Fernando, and he's hot, 344 last 9 games on base. The month of May. It's a whole month, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How many RBIs does – well, I'll just put it this way. Who has more RBIs this month? Fernando or Sun Moon Song?
Just because you're asking the question, it's got to be Sun Moon Song.
Yeah, he does. He has 4. Fernando has 3.
I can count those RBIs. I can see those RBIs.
He had the first 2 against Logan Webb on that first swing he ever had. No, the shot to the gap in San Francisco.
Yeah. Sun Moon Song
drove in 2 or 3, and then he's anyway. I'm just saying again. Fernando's not paid to hit bloop singles.
He's not,
but that's what he's being paid to do this year. To this point, all right. Enough of that. Let's get some good news. Dennis Lynn was on with Ben and Woods this morning. Dennis Lynn, the fine reporter from The Athletic. And give us a little update on the health. Look, we're going to need these guys, apparently. Joe Musgrove, Nick Pivetta, because the way it's going on offense, if we want to get to the playoffs, we're basically not going to be able to give up a run the rest of the season. So how are those 2 guys doing? Well, here's the latest. Sorry. Go ahead, Scrape.
With Joe, actually, I talked to Joe yesterday. He's starting some plyo work this week, which is, a small step, obviously, but a big step for him because he hasn't really done much since March, since he got shut down with the discomfort in that surgically repaired elbow. It's just, it sounds like, a bone injury for him, a stress reaction in one of those bones in his elbow. He's just had to give time and space to let heal. And now we'll see. Because, we went through this in spring training where it looked like, he was back on the mound and then all of a sudden he's not feeling very well. And turns out later, he wasn't feeling well all spring going into that appearance, that exhibition appearance he made. So no guarantees there. I think it's going to be a process. He was talking about, just looking at the calendar, he's looking at hopefully for him right after the All-Star break. And Nick Pavetta's, I think, a little further behind that, we'll see with him too. Elbow injury. You never want to bank on anything. So they're looking at, I think, July to August for both those guys.
That would actually be acceptable.
Yes,
because I mean, to me, Pivetta is the season. Anything other than that is going to be a bonus.
Yeah.
Musgrove. I hate to say the season, but I've been going in that direction a little bit more. The less and less we hear about Joe Musgrove. So if they get them both in July and August, that'd be great. The other guy that I continue to ask and wonder about is our guy, Jake Cronenworth. And I'm kind of asking to it's falling on deaf ears. Every update that I can get is, man, if there's no real update, he's still struggling with a concussion. That is now 3+ weeks that concussion has been giving him a hard time, Scrabe. And if that is accurate, I'm no doctor and I didn't even stay at the old Holiday Inn or whatever, but that's starting to become really concerning to me. Am I wrong? I mean, because a concussion is one of those things. Some guys come back, they sit out, they'll require 3 or 4 days. They're back, everything's fine. Sometimes you sit out a week or something. Football players, maybe 2 weeks. You start getting 3.5, 4 weeks with this concussion. You start wondering what's happening here with Jake Cronenworth. You're looking at me like I've got two left ears or something.
No, there's a comment on the chat that I'll get to in just a second. But with Jake, I am kind of with you. It's been kind of weird to see him just be on this concussion IL for as long as he has been, which does tend to make me think that something great is happening.
Yeah, something a little amiss here.
Because Stefania Bell says this all the time on the ESPN Fantasy Focus podcast about concussions. No concussion is alike.
Right.
And nobody's brain is alike. So he could have different symptoms, but if he's not coming back, I mean, it doesn't sound like he's coming back anytime soon. And I think they're probably going to make sure that he's symptom free for at least a week.
His last appearance in a game was May 4th. right? So that's 22
That's
days
a long time ago
since he's played. Correct me if I'm wrong. The actual concussion, correct, took place in a game in Anaheim.
It was on Saturday.
On the Saturday game in Anaheim, that was April 18th. So 1 month, 8 days since he got hit in the face with that pitch.
And
I'm not saying he should be back. Please don't put words in my mouth out there. Oh, Chris, you're saying that. No, I'm saying that I'm getting very concerned here. We're a month plus, and we're, I haven't barely heard his name even mentioned.
Thank you to Brandon on the chat, because our friend and colleague Annie Halbrun actually put up a video on Saturday or Sunday of him throwing on the field with a trainer. So he's just playing catch, but it's better than nothing.
Better than nothing. Thank you, Annie, and thank you, Brandon, for spotting that. Like I said, I hadn't even seen that. I mean, a month and 8 days, that's a long time. And these concussions, like Stefania said,
yes.
I don't quote her too often, but everybody's different, so you don't know. I mean, I thought Jake would be out for 7 days.
Yeah.
10 days, back in there. Starting to get going again. Start to work on that 140 batting average that's been driving us crazy.
We can't honestly afford to have another guy in the lineup hitting under 200. This also, I was talking to someone about this over the weekend, but this also, it's getting into the area of when does his privacy become an issue? Like, when do we stop asking about his recovery?
I don't know when his privacy becomes an issue, but I'm not asking about Jake Cronenworth because I'm trying to barge into his personal space. At this point, I'm asking about Jake Cronenworth as a fan who really likes Jake Cronenworth and would like to see him feeling better.
Yeah.
So you're asking about privacy. I don't know that we need to know the details, of everything, but it would be great to have a feeling like there's a bit of a timeline, so that we can say, hey, there's, things are looking up.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I've heard anything even remotely like that for 38 days. It's a long time.
This is pure speculation because I'm not a neurologist, but I wonder how much the altitude and the not telling people that he had this headache and things like that. I wonder
Played
how much
for another
that
week, did he not? He went to Colorado
and Mexico
after that, and then he went to Mexico. I don't know. That's all neither here nor there at this point. The bottom line is we've not heard or seen Jake in a month plus.
Everybody go to Annie Halbrun's Twitter, by the way. She's got a lot of information up there. So
it's good to see that he was out, on the field playing some catch. That's something.
That is something.
More Gwynn and Chris coming up, and it is our Big Five. Chris program. The Gwynn part of it is down at Petco Park, getting ready for the broadcast. Tony Jesse. Follow Sammy Levitt. Pregame 540. Somebody texted Scraby there and said, you guys got to stop talking about how bad the offense is.
Oh, no, let me read it. It's from.
Go ahead.
And I don't want to say. I don't want to like.
You don't even have to say it's from.
I don't want to point this out like we're making fun of this person because
we're not
I
making
have
fun
heard
of
this-
anybody. Just
Okay.
I want to hear what they say and then I want to comment on it.
I wish you guys would quit talking about how bad the hitting is. Have you ever heard about manifesting your truth?
Not really. No, I don't buy into any of that crap. And
it's not crap. It helps people.
I'm sorry, crap is a little heavy.
Thank
but
you.
Do I believe that you and I regurgitating some of Fernando's homerless numbers are going to help continue his streak? No, I do not. Number one. Number two, it is hard for me, and then we're going to go to the big five, but it's hard for me because I've been wrestling with this today. So that's why I'm glad this was brought up. It's hard for me to sit here and feel like I'm trying to represent all of us, all right? Because not all of you have the voice I have, Scraby has, Tony has. So I'm trying to represent all of us a little bit in speaking about the Padres offense. And I think that we do a much better job. I'm trying to say this is exactly right here. I think we all do a much better job of representing the Padre fan who is upbeat and hopeful.
Oh, yeah.
And who is, pretty
Glass
sure
half full.
Glass half full. This is all going to be fine. I don't think we do a great job representing the fan who, I must say, has every right to be pretty ticked off at what we're seeing right now. You've got guys that are not playing in Philadelphia or New York or Boston that are getting away pretty much scot-free compared to other hitters in other places where if your OPS, Manny, was 370 points lower than your career, people would be, irate. We keep going with, hey, Manny's Manny, man. It'll be fine. He's proved us wrong before. Well, there's no guarantee he's going to prove us wrong this time. 370 points is really off.
That's a lot.
And that's comparing this month's OPS to his career OPS, okay? 370 points different this month. And yesterday's game alone, his first two at-bats cost us 6 runs.
And he said it.
He did. But there's a lot of cities. I'm not saying that Chicago and New York and Philly and all those people are right the way they do it. But I do think there's got to be some Padre fans out there who are like, what the hell is going on here? I don't know that we represent that as well as we do the other side.
Here's what I have to say to that.
So that's why I've been grappling with it today.
I get it. And I think about this too. But whenever someone calls me soft in the media or whatever, I think, what good is it going to do for us to scream and yell and Manny Machado is terrible, Fernando Tatis Jr. is terrible? It's not going to do anything. And that's not who I am. So I can't be the guy who's just crushing these
that's
people.
The bottom line. We're not that way. We also are not all click radio. Whereas I think a lot of people are all click radio, and they feel like if they go out and just jump off the deep end, they're going to get more clicks.
Trust me, Chris will jump off the deep end, but you have to wait for the right time. Notes on a scorecard days are good days when they lose.
We'll let's get into the big five. But I've been grappling, I must say.
Okay.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Padres game is 640. You're right on the 5 South. Already tough getting into San Diego. The 163 is your alternate. That's tough too. From before the 805 getting to Balboa Park. I'm Tiffany Woods from San Diego Traffic.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
And we're broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios where we know how. A few things, Chris, about what you were just talking about. Because I grapple with it too. When someone calls me soft, I hate that. And I reflect on it. And there's I don't see in my head, or I cannot come up with a reason for me to go down to the clubhouse and be like, why can't you hit? Why did you not hit in this situation? And maybe it's because I'm just not a natural reporter or whatever. But
I don't know what it is. I think it's a little bit just the kind of the surrounding conditions here. I think the yelling and the screaming begets more yelling and screaming.
It does.
And so you see that in other places. But I also, how long do we have to keep putting statistics out like, hey, Fernando's hitting 344 over a 9-game on-base streak, when that's not what he's being paid to do? He's being paid to slug and win games and knock in runs and at least hit one home run. So I don't think it's outlandish to be critical of him. I can still like the guy, yes, but be critical of him.
And I think we are being critical of him because we're not glossing over the fact that he's having a terrible season and Manny's having a terrible season and Jackson Merrill's striking out every single time he goes to the plate. Like, we're not anyway. Someone said we should take more phone calls to have the fans.
Oh, perfect. You guys will put it in proper
We've done this before, and it gets a little wild. Someone told me they needed to change Jake Cronenworth to the catcher one time I took phone calls. But if you want to give your opinion here on the chat, you can. Just go and search Gwynn and Chris SD or 97.3 The Fan. Let's get into it.
Number 5.
Yuki Matsui threw 2 scoreless innings at the end of yesterday's game. He's worked 12 scoreless innings over his 6 appearances this season. The command and the movement on his fastball, he says, is much improved, which is helping his splitter be more effective as well. Another guy Chris was critical of early on in his return was Yuki Matsui.
I was not critical
of an overpaid paperweight.
I was okay.
Do you still think he's an overpaid?
Is that the question for number 5?
Yes. Do you still think he's overpaid paperweight? And by the way, I added paperweight.
Yes, you did. I think he's overpaid for being a 7th best reliever on the team. I don't think 12 innings has changed that. But I'm happy that Yuki's becoming a little more dependable right now. And, nice little run he's got going here. I don't think it's really changed the pecking order. The bullpen has been so darn good that Yuki is still going to be more of a mop-up guy for the time being. And, I do think he makes a lot of money for a mop-up guy. I mean, I want the best bullpen of all time. But when I read a story the other day that said the Padres are interested in Aroldis Chapman at the trade deadline.
Love it.
And I don't know whether this is, who knows how true all this stuff is. I got to be honest with you. You can't be telling me that they want to add to this bullpen when the team is hitting 197.
That's why they want to add to the bullpen.
No.
I get what you're saying. You got to find out how to get the offense going. But can you imagine having the fastest throwing guys in the league from the left and the right side?
You're not going to be able to use them if the score is 3-0 Phillies every time.
That is true.
Go ahead.
So you were out on that trade, by the way, like proposed.
Yes,
trade.
I'm out on it because it's time to fix this offense. And if these guys aren't going to do it, we need to get somebody in here who can help us do better.
I don't disagree. Yuki Matsui, he's always going to be just above Wandy, but way below Adrian Morejon. That's how it's going to go for him.
Number 4.
Our guy, Jacob Mizorowski, has now had 6 consecutive starts with 8+ strikeouts and has not allowed an extra base hit. No one in Major League history has done that more than 4 games in a row. I was watching his game yesterday. So the question, I'm up first. Are you sold on The Miz? I was watching their game yesterday. He had a no-hitter through the 5th inning. No one was getting close to anything that he was throwing. Am I sold on him? I'm about 75% sold. He's got to figure out this cramping problem before I'm sold.
Apparently,
on
he doesn't
him.
have to figure it out. I mean,
he throws 7 innings, comes out because he's got a cramp, and he's at like 75 pitches. But am I sold? I guess I have to be sold. He's pretty good, Chris.
He's spectacular for what pitchers are required to do nowadays. Spectacular. He would be sent to the minor leagues if he pitched in the 70s because he can't get through 6 innings. So, the world has changed. So what we're expecting and asking for from Mizorowski right now makes him as good as anybody in baseball. My goodness. How many 100-mile-an-hour pitches did he have last night? 57 is the answer.
Oh, you knew the answer.
Yes, 57 of them. I will say one thing about Mizorowski. I could be wrong. Probably will be, have been more times than not. I don't know that he's a safe bet in the futures market. I just
think him throw his arm out.
I don't want to say that because I don't want to wish something like that on anyone. But
not.
I just wonder. I'm looking at a guy like Spencer Strider, right? A little guy that was striking out everybody for a year or two.
Lots of
it doesn't stay there when you have that kind of build. So I worry about Mizorowski a little bit, but right now he's as good as it is.
Thank goodness they don't have to face them till a lot later in the year.
Miz?
Yeah,
he's throwing lights. I gave up a run yesterday. I think it broke his streak of 29 innings in a row, but
the no extra base hits, you would think that one guy would run into one and just
he hasn't
get a
had
double.
one like all year or pretty darn. It's been a while, right?
It's in the last 6 starts, he has not. So that's
pretty
a lot.
damn good. You think somebody blooped one over first base or something?
Yeah.
Number 3.
The New York Giants announced quietly last week they have extended GM Joe Shane, and his contract timeline now matches John Harbaugh's contract with the Giants. We've talked about this many times, and we think Joe Shane should have been fired a long time ago, mainly when he let Saquon Barkley walk in free agency to the division rival Eagles. But maybe, Chris, just maybe we are thinking about this the wrong way. Are we wrong in our thoughts on Joe Shane?
What, that he's like legit and he's really good at his job?
Yeah. We keep saying, how does he keep a job? Apparently, he does something right because he keeps getting these contracts.
What? Oh, he keeps getting the contracts. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Joe Shane. So the Giants can have him. I think the proof's in the pudding. What were they, 4-13 last year?
Yeah.
So that's how good he is at his job. Somehow he got Harbaugh to come in here, and I think Harbaugh, no matter what he says, came in there because he was thinking Joe Shane would be not there. And I think the longer he's there, the more uncomfortable and weird it's going to be, even though both guys are going to spin this as well as they can. I'm not going to believe it. Harbaugh needs control.
Yes.
And he should have it based on what he's accomplished. Shane is the general manager. He can't just give you all the control. That's an issue, and I think it's going to cause and hurt the Giants.
I think you're right. Joe Shane's the first one to go if they don't like each other. It's going to happen. I mean, they're not going to fire John Harbaugh.
Well, I thought Harbaugh wanted to push him out before, and he just hasn't been able to yet.
Now they're locked in together for the long haul.
Joe Shane, I put him in the category of somebody who's got pictures of the owner. I mean, I don't get what he's done that appeases the Giant ownership.
Let me go back.
Have they had even anything close to a winning record in his tenure?
I'm looking right now because I don't know exactly when he took over, but I was looking at the last few years because he's been there for a little bit. Last year, 4-13, 3-14, 6-11, 9-7-1, 4-13, 6-10, going back to 2020. So they've had a pretty terrible team.
Pretty terrible
for a while.
Yeah, pretty terrible.
All right, Joe Shane. Congratulations.
Good for you. Yeah. Some people are able to dodge this stuff.
Not him.
Number 2.
All right. Gilbert Arenas has a pretty popular podcast out there, and he was talking about the ratings of the NBA playoffs. And he was saying that NBC Maybe it's fudging the numbers a little bit, Chris. So here's what Gilbert Arenas said about the ratings for the NBA playoffs.
That means, every 15 minutes when they did the clock, there was an average of 4-point-something million in the, live watching it. What they didn't do is they didn't give you the final number of everyone watched it, and then everyone who watched it at some point later on also. So they don't give you a 24-hour recap number or a finishing number. So like when I end the stream, boom, there's a number that pops up to see how many people watched it in total. And then 24 hours, right? There's that number. They don't give you those. They just give you the average. NBC gives you the numbers they want to give you to make it seem like they're doing a better job.
Okay, so
I almost understood none of that.
I can understand it. So
I know what he's trying to say. NBC's using the best number they can use, and that may not be the real number.
Yeah, we could say at one point we'll get 300 viewers or whatever.
Okay.
But really we have 120 viewers or something watching a lot of it. So my question is, and I'm up first, how much can we trust these numbers? And I say not at all. I mean, the NFL we already know is going to be number one in a lot of things, but if it's streaming, like they're not telling you the real numbers. There aren't. It's just not happening.
I have no idea, but I know that in my world of radio ratings, here's how I look at it. When our ratings are really good, I trust the numbers. When our ratings aren't as good, I think they're full of crap.
See,
pretty much the only way I know to look at this stuff. I don't know. I don't know how you can, put your finger on it exactly, but I don't know. I think people are still trying to watch the NBA playoffs. I do. NBC's, I think, fortunate. They got the Western Final, which is a little more interesting to people. I'm tired of putting up with Mike Tirico already, but I guess I have to. I don't have much choice. He's not my kind of guy for many reasons covered earlier on earlier shows. So I don't know. The NBA is they're flying it all over the place. It's hard to find. I don't know how you do ratings for anything anymore because stuff's everywhere.
Well, and radio is done in a really
and I've also always wondered how do they rate somebody like me who never watches any event live?
Because you're not they aren't rating you. They aren't coming to you for a rating because they know you watch it in a different way. They go to people for ratings when the people say, "Hey, I watch these things live." I would assume.
Okay.
Number one is I got a text earlier today, and I just saw one on the chat saying, "Why don't they trade for Stephen Kolek?" Stephen Kolek, former Padre.
Can he hit?
4 games started this year, 3-0. 14 strikeouts, 846 whip. So
where's he playing?
Kansas City, remember? He got traded for
Kolek's doing that well? Good for
Kolek
him.
He just got back from injury, but Kolek and Berger, who I believe is injured, went for Freddie Fermin.
Yeah, I know them. Look, you want to go over every trade they've ever made? I think they've come out on the positive side. That's
I think
all.
so too.
All right. When we come back, the numbers, they're even worse than you think they are. And I hope that this is the last time we have to talk about it. But until they square this away, it's the story of a weird, hard to explain season for the Padres. Confounding is really a good word.
I feel like we do this every single year.
Not this.
No,
not this. We don't.
You're right about that.
Laureano is hitting 131 this month, and he's far from the most struggling hitter they have. That tells you a little bit about what you need to know. How do the Padres win it all? Gwynn and Chris will discuss in the happy hour. See how happy it is. Happy Hour brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now. Say radio, get a free month of service. Gwynn and Chris broadcasting from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Padres do not know how to hit. The numbers back that up. And thank you. I went over them this morning, and so many of these numbers are worse than I even imagined, frankly. I think by running through some of these, I'm doing it in a hopeful manner that this is like...
Is this an exorcism?
Right.
sorts?
Yes. Thank you. Yes. Linda Blair, beware. Heads might be spinning, but yeah, we've got to put an end to this.
I mean, heads are spinning.
So, I mean, let's just start with the overall month of May. They're hitting 197. That's 30th best in baseball. By the way, there are 30 teams. Their overall average is 219. So this month, they're even 22 points below that. This month, their 272 on-base percentage is also 22 points below their norm. Their 334 slugging percentage this month, 29 points below the season. 606 OPS is 51 points lower than their season total. 606 is hard to do for a whole month, like for a whole team. Anything in the 500s is, how would you rate that? Pathetic is how I would rate that. But their record is 12-11. It's just, that makes so little sense. And we brought it up earlier. Is it possible that the fact they're winning enough is allowing us not to make the hitting woes seem so dire?
Yes.
Because maybe they should be considered dire anyway. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
So Manny Machado has a career OPS of over 800, Scraby. He has a 448 OPS this month. He's got 9 hits in 83 at-bats. I don't know how it's possible for Manny Machado to be hitting 108 this month.
I don't either.
In his last 24 games. See, this is why I keep saying this isn't just a little, slump or a couple of games. His last 24 games, he has 1 multiple hit game. And I know that we're supposed to just, at face value, accept the fact that his baseball card will look the way it always does at the end of the season.
It's hard to envision that.
But that doesn't change the fact that right now he sucks. Right? Is there any other 108?
He would say he would.
I think he'd have to agree with me. I don't think he'd want me to, tell him to his face.
Listen, there's one thing about Manny, and he might say, look at the back of my baseball card, but he's also pretty honest with himself. And he has not been the nicest to himself this year.
He's got to just say enough's enough, like to himself, right? Not to me, not to you. But yeah, enough's got to be enough. He's got to just start doing something here. Come on. Ramon Laureano. Top Ramon is long gone, people. 131 is his average this month. 8 for 61. 2 RBIs this month. 1 RBI in the last 17 games. Laureano's giving you nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Jackson Merrill. I'm not sure. You're not wrong, Scraby. There's got to be some concern with him. 194 this month. No home runs in 18 games. 1 RBI in 16 games. And don't tell me, you can't tell me like for Fernando, he bats lead off, there's nobody to drive in. Jackson Merrill rides right in the middle of the order every day. 1 RBI in 16 games. Again, you should have that by accident. And he looked so bad yesterday on all 3 of his strikeouts. The first one in the first inning with the bases loaded, he honestly just he looked like a guy that was just wishing the pitch would be outside. And it wasn't. Xander Bogaerts, who is, the guy that we've kind of turned in favor of this year, is still only hitting 200 in May. He's got 3 extra base hits the whole month. He's got 1 RBI in his last 15. He has no homers in 16 games. And that's one of your better guys.
Yeah.
And I say Fernando for last because, this guy ought to, start getting criticized a lot more than he is. And I know that everybody's saying, the home run thing, but most people who talk about Fernando give it the old, he's, getting on base and he's hitting and he's got 2 for 2 and he's doing this. Again, this is not what Fernando is there to do. If he is then they should tear up his contract and start paying him like a number 8 hitting shortstop instead of a superstar. Superstars do not have 3 RBIs the whole month. Superstars do not go 240 plate appearances without a home run.
I almost want to say that the home run thing doesn't bother me.
It wouldn't if he was doubling and tripling.
He's not even doing that. He's tripled once this year. Maybe doubles he's had a few, but
he's got 1 double in the last 16 games.
Yeah, he's
not doing that. And frankly, the whole notion about, well, Fernando's hitting it hard and he's unlucky, I think we can put that to rest with how many dribblers up the third baseline has he hit lately and gotten a hit. I've seen at least 5, 6 in the last 2 weeks. 1 yesterday led off the game. So he's not hitting the ball hard anymore. His overall statistics may say that, and you analytical people can tell me whatever it is you have to tell me, but and again, these are just the 5 biggest cases because Fermin is an automatic out who honestly is going to be lucky when Campusano returns that he doesn't get DFA'd. If he and he may still
do that, but he's probably going to go down to AAA.
He's sitting 146. Castellanos, who I've sang the praises of as much as I can, because he's had a couple of clutch home runs. He's giving you 2 for his last 21 with an RBI. You know, the 4 guys not playing tonight, I think that stat kind of sticks out to me. The guys you are sitting tonight are hitting 183, 188, 190, and 100. The point there is that the lineup you're putting out there tonight against the Phillies is about as good as you've got. And that lineup includes 3 guys hitting under 200. Other than Sheets and Duhar and France, you can't possibly tell me you have confidence in anyone.
No.
So how long this can continue, I don't know. They're cheating the gods of baseball, though, right now. Because this kind of performance should be like a 12-game losing streak instead of, continuing to play above 500 ball.
See, that's where I'm like, can I really? Like, they're finding ways to win when they have opportunities to win. When they're down, I mean, yesterday they had an opportunity to win,
but they didn't.
They didn't take care of it.
So what are we going to do? Like, are we just going to play? Like, here's the other question that, like, Tony's not wrong on, but like, what are we going to do? We have these guys. We're not going to DFA all of them. But how long? I'm just asking, how long before Jace Bowen is given an opportunity? Does he deserve it? The guy struck out 53 times in 170 at-bats in the minors. That's 1 out of every 3 times he strikes out.
We're talking Jace Bowen right now.
Jace Bowen. So he's the savior.
More of the same.
Well, it would be worse in the big leagues, wouldn't it?
I would think so.
He's got 12 home runs, though. Hit an inside the Parker, I think, the other day I saw. Samad Taylor, he changed the whole season. He's hitting 329. He's got a 935 OPS at El Paso.
At a certain point, you have to take a look at them, but
Jose Miranda, a former big league player.
Yep.
Sitting, 5 homers, 790 OPS. It's not incredible. I'm just saying, I don't know. Is that the answer? Will Wagner, well, he has been hurt, so he's only 64 at bats.
Sorry, Chris, I can't put my hopes in.
I'm not putting my. I'm just looking at. He's got an 821 OPS. That's in limited duty. I'm trying to find what other options they have. Is it time to make the trade? And can one bat come in and change everything? And I have Scraby. Every time I hear this, we got to get a new hitting coach. I lose my, I lose it. Yeah, I lose it. But at the same time, the hitting coach at some point may have to take the fall when so many guys are struggling. And you might just have to say, we need a different voice. Whether his voice is right or wrong is immaterial. We just need a different voice because it's not a couple of guys that are struggling. It's almost everyone.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to fire Souza. I'm just talking about what options we have out there. The options of, Manny batting ninth or, Fernando or going to the bench. I mean, these aren't going to happen. So the rest of it, we have to deal with what's somewhat reasonable.
Diesel says Samad Taylor for Bryce Johnson. Bryce Johnson's not having a great year.
Well, okay.
But he's
you could bring a guy in like that, but are you going to, to me, if you're going to bring a guy up and see if he can change something and put him in the lineup for a week or two, you're not going to have him be the 19th outfielder.
No, you're right.
Right? That seems kind of silly.
The answer is, Chris, we have to keep coming back each and every day, hoping it turns around. That's the only answer I have. Are you going to fire Craig Stammen? He's the highest on the Earl.
Year?
He's the highest on the Earl list.
The Earl gave him the Manager of the Year award today.
So,
and frankly, Stammen deserves it when you consider what he's winning with. He is. He's winning with this.
Trevor says
winning big. He's 9 games over 500.
Trevor says that they need a fun day at Dave and Buster's, the team. I agree.
Well, no. Tomorrow they play afternoon game.
And they fly to D.C.
They have Thursday off. Is there something fun they could do there? Go visit the president.
Yeah, why not?
See if he's
sightsee.
See if he's available. They could pop in and say hello. Go hang around in Congress for a couple of hours. That'll cheer everybody up.
I say they all go for a walk down the National Mall and just appreciate the sights and sounds of our nation's capital. You've been to D.C., right?
Oh, yeah, many times.
It's very hot.
Tony Gwynn should be the leader of the march down the National Mall.
You know what would be funny if Tony was like a tour guide and he had one of those little like voice boxes where he had like the microphone so everybody could hear him.
And don't forget, you have to have a flag.
He's got a Padres
because everybody's
flag.
got to look and see where the guy with the red flag is.
I think that would bring him out of it.
I got one last thought while you're in DC. Last I read, they're fixing it all up. Everybody take a dip in the reflection pool.
I don't know if it's done.
Not done yet?
I'm not sure, honestly.
No
one wants to go swimming in the reflection pool.
Try to wash off all the stink of their batting averages.
I mean, it is a swamp, Washington, D.C.
Yeah, all right. Got the Phillies tonight and tomorrow. You win 2-1 tonight and 1-0 tomorrow. All will be forgiven. By the way, don't look now, but if you don't get any hits or runs tonight, all you're facing tomorrow is Christopher Sanchez, who has a 37-inning scoreless streak right now.
Yeah.
That's waiting for you tomorrow.
They have to win tonight, or else they're getting swept.
Let's check some traffic, and then we'll try to find something upbeat we can finish off with on Gwynn and Chris.
It's never been easier to listen.
Craig Stammen joins us here, Padres' new manager. And Craig, listen, I've had the opportunity to play for 2 managers that were in their first year. Don Mattingly and the late Ryan Sandberg in Philadelphia. Both of them had their struggles. Even though these are the best of the best type of players, they had their struggles. Where do you see yourself in terms of your staff and leaning on your staff to kind of be able to help you in those first year kind of struggles that many managers deal with at some point?
You're right. I'm going to lean on my staff a lot. And I remember having, small conversations with Bob Melvin about some of this stuff. And he was talking about some of the things he wished he knew when he was a first-year manager. And this was way back when I wasn't even thinking about this. We were just kind of talking. And he's like, I wish that I wouldn't have tried to do everything myself. He said, I felt like I had to be involved in everything and I had to be a part of every decision. And he goes, it's just not the case. He goes, there's a few things that I do need to be in charge of and as the manager, but I got good people around me. If I got good people around me, I just got to be able to trust them.
Right.
That'll be the hard part. But we're going to build that trust within the clubhouse, within the coaching staff. So I'm not doing it all myself. We're going to share responsibility. We're going to share the successes. I'll take the blame, and then we'll see where the dust settles. But I'll, obviously, hopefully gain a lot of experience where we get to the end of the season and we're in that playoff hunt.
Yeah.
That we're rolling and we're humming and we got a good process going.
Now, you mentioned, kind of building off what Mike has done here the last couple of years, adding to his legacy. You obviously have your own strengths, though. Where do you see your strengths being able to be applied to this ball club and how it may be of help?
Yeah, Mike had so much experience of organizing, how to be a great baseball team. He'd been mentored by many great managers, and he'd taken a lot from those guys. And I just listened to what he had to say about that stuff, and I saw how he did it, observing and listening to how he kind of went about his business. So a lot of the things that he did, I'm going to probably keep doing the same thing. What I think I can add is maybe just I'm a little younger. I got a little bit more energy.
Yeah.
I've got some relationships within the clubhouse that are maybe a little bit different. Does that give me the avenue to push them in a little bit different way, or like sneak in there to get them to do a few things that they haven't been quite open to in the past? Maybe I don't know. We'll find out. But, I'm going to treat them, with respect and hopefully get that respect back. And we're going to try to make this team as best they can be.
Craig Stammen joins us here, Padres' new manager. And Craig, you're clearly coming this with your eyes wide open with this situation. I heard you say partnering on multiple occasions up on the stand there. What does that look like for the fans who are listening and may not know what partnering looks like? What exactly is that?
Yeah, partnering, it's a give and a take. We have relationships with our families, our moms, our dads, our wives, our kids. It's not always my way or the highway.
Right.
There's got to be, even in this decision to become the manager, there was a lot of give and take with me and Audrey, deciding what was important to her and what we were going to miss by taking this, what was important to me, what I was going to miss in this, and then coming to a decision that works best for both of us. And I think those types of things can happen throughout the year with players, trying to get them on the field to do certain things in practice or in the game, but like partnering them in the way that's like, it's not just my decision.
Right.
We're in this together. We're accomplishing a goal together. It's not my, championship that we're going to win. It's our championship. It's the Padres championship. It's AJ's, it's John's, it's Eric's, it's Manny's, it's Toddy's.
Right.
It's all of ours together. It's Ruben's. We share that success together. I'll handle the blame, and then we'll do this together.
Last one, I'll let you get out of here. I know you got a busy day ahead of you. Mike Shildt did a terrific job of really shielding his players. He always was the man taking all the arrows coming at the ball club. But you also mentioned being able to push the guys. What does that look like? Because I think oftentimes fans hear, managers take the arrows and they're under the impression that there isn't any, pushing going on the backside of that. What does that look like sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, we got great players. So, like, the amount of pushing I need to do is limited.
Right.
But we can give them new ideas on how to navigate a season. And Mike was so good at, like, handling the players and taking the arrows, like you said, in the media and throughout the season and pumping those guys up and making them feel great. But there's ways that, like, maybe they haven't been exposed to, and that's what we're going to challenge our staff to do, is come up with creative ways to keep Manny Machado, healthy for a full season. Xander Bogaerts healthy for a full season as they get a little older in age, and can we have guys peaking at the right time and stuff like that? Just like open to new ideas and creative ideas, and the players will be partnering with that with the coaching staff to create something that we think will build us a championship team.
Now, Craig Stammen joins us here, Padres' new manager, and Craig, listen, I've had the opportunity to play for two managers that were in their first year. Don Mattingly and the late Ryan Sandberg in Philadelphia. Both of them had their struggles. Even though these are the best of the best type of players, they had their struggles. Where do you see yourself in terms of your staff and leaning on your staff to kind of be able to help you in those first year kind of struggles that many managers deal with at some
Yeah,
point?
you're right. I'm going to lean on my staff a lot. And I remember having, small conversations with Bob Melvin about some of this stuff. And he was talking about some of the things he wished he knew when he was a first-year manager. And this was way back when I wasn't even thinking about this. We were just kind of talking. And he's like, I wish that I wouldn't have tried to do everything myself. He said, I felt like I had to be involved in everything and I had to be a part of every decision. And he goes, it's just not the case. He goes, there's a few things that I do need to be in charge of and as the manager, but I got good people around me. If I got good people around me, I just got to be able to trust them.
Right.
That'll be the hard part. But we're going to build that trust within the clubhouse, within the coaching staff. So I'm not doing it all myself. We're going to share responsibility. We're going to share the successes. I'll take the blame, and then we'll see where the dust settles. But I'll, obviously, hopefully gain a lot of experience where we get to the end of the season and we're in that playoff hunt.
Yeah.
That we're rolling and we're humming and we got a good process going.
Now, you mentioned, kind of building off what Mike has done here the last couple of years, adding to his legacy. You obviously have your own strengths, though. Where do you see your strengths being able to be applied to this ball club and how it may be of help?
Yeah, Mike had so much experience.
In sports, Gwynn and Chris, Crisello, Scraby together, Bill House Studios, where we know how. We will finish up, though, with Craig Stammen speaking to the media today. And, of course, he was asked about the lack of hitting. I mean, what else are you going to ask him? So we'll hear what Craig had to say heading into tonight's ball game against the Phillies.
That's why, when people complain to me that we're talking too negatively, that is the storyline of this team right now.
There's not a whole lot else you can focus on.
So we're not being negative on purpose. We're being negative because there's nothing else going on with the team.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe we're being negative
I don't
enough.
think so either. Wait, what?
I don't think we're being negative enough.
Go ahead.
I gave it my best shot all day. I got to save up something for potentially tomorrow.
You're not here tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Which, by the way, I should tell everybody what's going on. So we got a day game tomorrow, and I'm going to do Scraby show from when Sammy stops his post game to 6 o'clock. And so 6 o'clock. So you'll have a Scraby show to finish up the day.
If anybody's wondering why I'm off tomorrow, blame my wife. It's her birthday.
And did you get her something?
She demands that I hang out with her all day tomorrow on her birthday.
Did you get her something?
Happy birthday to you, by the way, belated from yesterday, as I and Tony both boxed that up badly.
It's okay. But did you get her something? Is she listening right now?
We have things planned.
Okay.
Let's a couple of quick things. You got the NBA Game 5 tonight. Something you can, if you want a little diversion from Padre baseball, see how OKC and San Antonio. It's been a pretty entertaining series. I'll say that. Game 5 tied at 2 tonight. Knicks whipped Cleveland badly last night, 130-93. 37-point blowout to eliminate the Cavs, who today celebrated by announcing that their goofy coach, Kenny Atkinson, will indeed be returning next year. He of the comment the other day that never mind the fact we're down 0-3, analytically we've won 2 games. Still hard to imagine that one.
I still can't believe he said this.
Yeah, I know. Secondly, the Knicks go in here now with an 11-game win streak, right, to the final series. The Lakers did that once way back when, 1989. The Lakers that year were 11-0 in the playoffs. They didn't lose a single game till the finals. Then they got swept by the Pistons. So no guarantee that the Knicks go on to win it, but they are playing well. And we'll see. The New York faithful hoping for the first title since 1973. One other interesting note in the NBA, our favorite coach, Joe Mazzulla, who already thinks he knows more than anybody on earth, will think that even more now. He was named the NBA's Coach of the Year today. Mazzulla led the Celtics to 56 wins despite Jason Tatum missing most of the season.
Could anybody else have been named Coach of the Year?
Bickerstaff, who won the East for Detroit.
Yeah.
Mitch Johnson, whose Spurs are right there. Now, we can give Wembanyama all the credit, but Mitch Johnson, the Spurs are pretty good. Here's the problem that I have with Mazzulla winning it. It confirms, at least in his mind and probably in a lot of other minds, that, running down the court and shooting threes 116 times a game is the way to go. And I just think that's unfortunately not great for the sport of basketball.
So you're saying the sport of basketball
is the loser here.
Just gave them an excuse to run his offense.
Right. Just everybody should do what Missoula does. He's the coach of the year. I mean, the only strategy he has that I know of is whatever you do, shoot a three. So anyway, I'm not a fan of it. Celtics had a nice season. Missoula wins coach of the year. One NFL note, because you touched on it earlier, and it's going to bear watching. Josh Jacobs, the running back with the Packers, the next on the list with domestic violence charges, according to the Hobart Lawrence, that's the city, Hobart Lawrence, Wisconsin Police Department, booked on charges of battery, domestic abuse, criminal damage to property, disorderly conduct, strangulation, and suffocation and intimidation of a victim. The strangulation and suffocation charges are a felony. The others are misdemeanors. According to the records, Jacobs is being held without bond. Ongoing investigation through his attorneys. Josh Jacobs says all of this is hooey. We'll have to wait.
Yeah.
All I can say is, man, what kind of woman are you spending your time with if this is all hooey that would make this stuff up about you? Wow.
I've had someone make up something about me before.
That?
No, not that. But they've made it up, and I was like, why did you make that up? And you gave me no choice. Yeah, I gave you a choice not to make something up.
Well, let's see how this goes. I hope it all turns out well for Josh Jacobs, but, we'll just have to wait and see.
Can I give you a fun Ty France fact?
Yeah, let's have a tough. Oh, wow. No, you can't.
What? Why?
Because one of my all-time favorites I just found out passed.
Oh, my gosh.
Former Brave slugger Bob Horner. 68 years old. Passed today. Horner hit 218 homers in his career. He was a big slugger on the Braves teams that played on the Superstation. Remember we talked about the Ted Turner thing,
of course,
and how the Braves games were on nationally all the time, and Skip Carey was the broadcaster. Bob Horner was the big slugger there. Once hit 4 home runs in a game. Bob Horner also hit the hot shot ground ball that Ozzie Smith dove for when he was a Padre and reached back above his head to barehand it and throw out Bob Horner, one of the greatest plays the shortstop's ever made. Bob Horner was 68 years old.
It's young.
An Arizona State grad. He was the MVP of the 1977 College World Series. Definitely saddened to see that. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Finish up with whatever you
I was just going to give this small Ty France positive stat for all the positive people out there.
Yeah.
Ty France has started 3 consecutive days, gone 2 for 4 in the past 2 of those. Before starting Saturday, he had started 3 of the previous 10 games. He's batting .289 with an .852 OPS and 94 plate appearances. So you've already highlighted that Ty France is one of the guys that's hitting, but it sounds like the Padres are going to put him in the lineup until he doesn't hit anymore.
They have to. I said this earlier. It's mismanagement to me right now if you don't have Sheets and Duhar and France in the lineup every day until somebody else starts doing something. All right, Craig Stammen, we'll finish up with you today out of the ballpark, asked about the struggles and even more so now the struggles with RISP. They're 0 for their last 25, including 0 for 10 yesterday.
Yeah, you just keep at it, hitting is one thing you can't force. If you're pitching, you can force yourself to throw a strike. When you're hitting, it's just hard to force yourself to get a hit. There's 9 defenders out there, trying to get you out. So stick with it. Stick with our approach. You're going to go through lulls like this in the season. Hopefully these tough times make us stronger.
Because it's not something that you can force. Do you see this as being something that is more mental for the team right now?
No, it's everything. It's mental, physical. It's all that. That's what baseball is. It's the combination of physically being able to do it and mentally having the confidence and belief in yourself that you're going to get it done. And even when you don't get it done, believing you'll get it done the next time.
I know you talked last night about just that big hit hasn't come through yet. Do you get the sense that when that big hit does come through, that maybe that'll be something that'll spark a change moving forward in this area?
Possibly. We've had a lot of big hits already this season, so I know they know it's in them
to be able to do it. It's just that hasn't happened in the last 3 or 4 days, which over the course of a season is not that big a deal.
I love baseball people.
Kirk Stammen's doing everything he can. I mean, it's not a big deal if it was 3 or 4 days, but it's not. It's been at least the month of May and probably extended beyond that.
Yeah, your best hitter on the team, supposedly Manny Machado, which he is the best hitter on the team, is hitting 170.
He's hitting 108 this month, and this is May 26th, Scraby. It's not May 6th.
Baseball people, I will say, have a different type of patience than I do.
Craig Stammen's doing a hell of a job with handling this. You know, there's a little part of me, I brought it up earlier, love to see Billy Martin get asked about some of these struggles in the Yankee clubhouse, you know, after a ball game right now. First of all, Billy probably fight the person who asked him the question. and then he would just go around and destroy the entire clubhouse. And so what? The most famous meltdown ever by a manager is Lee Elia.
Okay.
All right. And if you've never heard it, you owe it to yourself. He just passed in the last couple of years. Manager of the Cubs, 1983. Team got off to a bad start, lost another tough game out of Wrigley Field. 3 reporters, including a friend of mine named Brian, forgetting his last name. Brian Hewitt. Yeah, Brian Hewitt. Went into the...
I can't play this on the air. I just pulled it up.
No, you can't play it.
I just pulled it up.
No, you can't play it. Brian Hewitt went into the clubhouse with 2 other guys. They didn't even ask him a question. They just held their microphones up, and Lee Elia started, and he worked himself into a frenzy. And by the time it was all over, he had called the fans of the Cubs various names that cannot be repeated now. He had so many classic lines. I can't even remember them all. But one of the things I remember him saying was, we're 5-19 and it will flow. We will get it going. This will flow. Well, I looked it up today. After Lee Elia's all-time classic rant, which is still celebrated today, 43 years later, that Cub team that year finished 71-91. So it didn't exactly turn the fortunes of the season around.
The belittling and swear words didn't help.
They did not.
Oh, because when I say that, people call me crazy.
I really keep all kids out of earshot. They can't hear it. But you can. And if you want to laugh, listen to Lee Elia, E-L-I-A, 1983, one of the greatest rants after a game in baseball history.
I can tell you I played like 5 seconds of that, and I got 3 swear words.
You got an earful. The funniest thing to me in that whole Lee Elia thing, if you listen to it, is that he starts off very calmly.
He does.
And then he just works himself into a frenzy without nobody ever asks him a question. Padres, Phillies. The question tonight, can they score? Scraby, we'll see you Thursday, right? Tomorrow you got us covered.
I do.
Enjoy the games. And Sam Levitt is next on the pre-game show.